Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another day in the ESL India Premiership. We are in the winter season right now, and it's day number 3. So we're supposed to have Rin going up against the Heat when it came to Clash Royale, but due to a Clash Royale update, we are not able to show you those games. And I just wanted to inform you all that Rin did win that battle. He went 3-2, and he scored his first points on the scoreboard as of now. But for now, we have another Clash Royale game that's going to be coming up. It's going to be Saif going against Jimit. Now, Saif is a Challenger League player. He scored a 7-0 when he was in Challenger League, and he quickly promoted himself to the Masters League. He already played on day 1 where he had a very good performance against the Heat, and now he's going to be playing his game number 2. So that's going to be pretty interesting to watch as he goes up against Jimit, who's also an amazing Clash Royale player. He's been part of the ESL India Premiership for quite a while now. He was there at the fall season finale that happened at Hyderabad, where he was able to play really well, but at the end of the day, he took a defeat to his name. So let's get into the game with our customer on Super Gola, and I will see you guys right after that with some Counter-Strike.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Clash Royale in the ESL India Premiership. Today we're going to be watching Saif versus Jimit instead of the earlier game. You know, the replays became useless because Supercell decided to drop a huge update on us right in the middle of it. Yeah. So unfortunately we couldn't see the Golden Boy Mrin's game versus Tahir, my emergency co-caster, I would say, at the ESL India Premiership. So, but today we do get to watch a new player's game, Saif, the new entry into the Masters League, facing off against Jimit, who has been a veteran in the Master League for a while, the spectacled player. And looks like Jimit is playing Graveyard Poison Ram. I mean, we haven't seen the Graveyard, but oh wow, Saif drops down a Golem right there. And you know why I'm this excited today, guys? Today, for the first time in a long while, this is a live match. A live match. Jimit's got this in the bag, man. I mean, he just put down a P.E.K.K.A against this Golem right there. It's gonna make mince meat out of it. Look at that. 6 whacks and the Golem is dead. Maybe it'll get 1 hit off onto the tower, but that's it. It does explode for some decent damage onto the tower, and the poison is doing quite a bit of damage. It's even damaging the P.E.K.K.A, which is really good. Brings down the tower to 1564 HP, giving Saif quite a good lead. But he's playing the Golem with an Elixir character, which hasn't been quite as successful as before. Like, we've seen the Elixir character being used in a lot of games in the Premiership, but not with the amount of success that it enjoyed in the previous seasons. A minute left. The looks like he's gonna drop another elixir collector soon to get that huge boost out and then start with a huge beatdown again. But I guess only time will tell. Are we going to see another elixir cutter coming down? Yes, we are. So 48 seconds left. Down comes the elixir cutter. How is he going to defend against this ram, you ask? Okay, he does manage to save it in the nick of time, avoiding contact with the tower. And wow, he completely managed, not completely, but he virtually took 0 damage onto his tower. That's quite good. Now puts down the golem and going to put some lot of DPS behind it for a huge beatdown push. Golems right now tanking the bandit, as well as the ice golem explodes, slowing it down. That's quite good for him. So poison versus poison right there. That golem is gone. It won't even reach the tower, but the explosion damage does hit the tower. That's good. That's quite good. Pekka does manage to survive and make it to the halfway line, but again just dies. We are in overtime now. 1414 HP left on Saif's star, and Jimit has 1059. And Jimit's bandit managed to push it down to 674 HP again. An aggressive golem immediately answered by a Pekka. Oh, again the golem doesn't manage to reach the tower, but the babies do manage to do it. 900 HP, another explosion, and 847 HP. That Pekka is going to clean up shop right there. And looks like it might just make it to the other side also, because the ram is going to take the brunt of the damage. We see the bandit is going to dash and hit the lumberjack. Oh wow. Lucky for him, the Pekka dies before it manages to take a hit onto the tower. But Jimit manages to distract the bandit again with his ice golem. That's good. So how does Saif answer this this ram again? He doesn't. It does make contact with the tower. 434 HP gone, because the fast contact does about 500 damage. And Jimit takes the first game. Congratulations, Jimit. Yay. Okay, so let's see if the players are ready for the next game. But meanwhile, I just want to take a moment of everybody's time to mention our best friends in the world. You know, apart from my friend Kunal in production, I just want to thank Omen by HP, Zai by BenQ, and HyperX for helping us bring this ESL India Premiership to you, helping us at Nordwin Gaming. We're proud to get this, bring this production to you every day at 6:30. And having said that, looks like we're jumping into the second game. Here we go. So Jimit right now has opened up the scoreboard with the first victory, 1-0. It was done in the last little bits of overtime, but a victory is a victory nonetheless. So Jimit started to test the waters out with a set of minions right there, which basically did nothing. One on the right did manage to hit the tower. Now Saif is testing the waters with his melee goblins. And Jimit answers with a mega minion, and Saif answers that with an ice golem and an elixir collector. Okay, so looks like Saif might be playing another beatdown deck. It might. Okay. Oh wow! Look at that! Excellent placement. Jimit got some value out of that fireball. I wouldn't necessarily call it a prediction fireball, because I don't think he could have known that Saif would place the bandit there. And there we go. A 3 Musketeer deck coming out from Saif, thinking this change of tactics might help him. I wonder what he's going to use as a secondary tank other than Rise Golem, though. Maybe we're going to see another Golem. Maybe not. I guess time will tell. Okay. So a lot of damage the tower is taking on the right. It's down to 840 HP in just one push. Wow. So the tower was hitting the Musketeer for a while, but that zap managed to make it force retarget to the Miner, giving the Musketeer those few extra critical shots to bring it down to 840 HP. Saif did sacrifice some HP on his own tower, which is now sitting at 1617 HP, but it's worth it, I guess. It's 840 HP down. Okay. Jimit lets go of his Lava Hound, which is not really powerful against this type of deck. I mean, he has a minor Lava Hound, and I wonder what kind of endgame this is. How does he manage? I mean, how does he expect to do damage to the tower? It's pretty strange. Very, very strange indeed. So the two musketeers on the right were answered by a fireball in case you guys missed it. But, you know, a 7 elixir lava hound manages to make its way all across the board and hits the tower for what? 250 damage. In my opinion, that's not worth it, which is why he lost the tower on the right to a bandit. Couldn't really defend it because he committed so much elixir on the left over there. Okay, so if it retargets the miner, no, even that's not enough. The miner didn't survive long enough for the lava pups to do any sort of damage. Looks like Saif is taking this one, guys. 3, 2, 1, and Saif comes back with an equalizer. 1-1. Wow, this is quite exciting. Like, this is why I love live games, man. I know I try to sort of avert my eyes. I see the replays in the clan. I try to not even count the number of replays so that I don't know how many matches are happening. But something always slips through. Like peripheral vision is a very dangerous thing. So, but when we're doing this live, however, it's always exciting. So let's see if the players are ready. Jimit is ready. We're waiting on Saif to accept, and he has done it. And here we go. Game number 3. So 1-1 the score right now. 1 each to Jimit and Saif. And here we go. Let's see if either player has made any changes to their decks. I mean, they haven't taken any time, so I guess they're ready to go. I guess maybe a couple of changes in the cards or complete deck switches, but we'll see. Okay, Saif starts out with the barrel, answered by minions from Jimit. Does take a couple of hits onto the tower, but it's okay. It's negligible. Okay, so Jimit is playing a Hawk Cycle deck, a very fast Hawk Cycle deck, if I would venture a guess, and Saif answers with a tornado, dude, pulling the hog to his tower, activating it for some extra defense, but in the process his own tower dropped to 1514 HP. That's okay. Wow, excellent placement of the rocket from Saif. Again gets rid of the Inferno Dragon as well. That's quite a bit of, I don't know, elixir advantage right there. That's a really good trade. The tower is down to 1621 HP. He manages to kill the elixir. I'm just gonna call it the laser dragon because that's what I like to call it. Okay. Okay, another hog coming down, but not distracted as much as the previous one. Is going to manage to get what, 4 hits off onto the tower. That's really good, bringing it down to 722 HP. While Jimit's own tower is sitting at what, 1102. Unfortunate placement for the knight right there. Was the primary target for the Inferno Dragon, and it just ate it up. Just ate it up, guys. Oof. Man, that princess has been firing arrows since forever. And if the ice golem does manage to explode beside the princess, she's going to die a very ice cold death. I'm guessing this hog is also going to get tornadoed. Yes, it does. Managed to get one. No, it does not get even one hit off onto the top. But this princess on the left, guys, I think she's been alive for almost a whole minute, firing her fiery arrows all over the place. Jimit committed his fireball to get rid of the barrel of goblins, and again we see 2 princesses on the board. This is huge damage potential. We see a Mega Knight being dropped down on the right from Jimit, but he's going to take a while to get through the knight. Like, look at that. A Mega Knight lost half his HP trying to... Okay, yeah, trying to kill the lesser version of himself. Okay, and Jimit manages to commit a fireball. 15 seconds left. The hog does manage to bring the tower down, but his own tower is at 364 HP, which is really not good. 56 HP. Does Saif have anything to bring it down? No, he doesn't. Oh, is it? Oh, wow. Those arrows were just a fraction of a second too late. The princesses almost pushed this to overtime. But congratulations, Jimit. You've won the 3rd game. 2-1. This is exciting, guys. This is amazing. So this is what I want the daily clash to be like. I don't want to cast replays. I want this live excitement right there. So we're just going to give the players just a minute more to prepare. And meanwhile, What do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about the new patch, the changes in the new patch? Nah, let's not talk about that. That's boring. Why don't we talk about the two new players in the Masters League? We have Saif and we have Beast. Is his name Beast? The other player? Yes, it is. It's Beast. So Saif, this guy, he's the one who won the Challenger League with a 7-0 record, and looks like, I mean, we saw a match of his a couple of days ago, and he beat his opponent pretty well. But looks like Jimit might run away with this one. 2-1 in favor of him right now. The pressure is on Saif. We'll see what happens. Again, I don't think we're gonna see any card being okay. Jimit opens up with an okay. That's an interesting placement for the Elixir character. Like, people haven't been placing the character there for a long. Good placement by the log there. I mean, not good. It wasn't predictive. He just managed to avoid damage from the barrel of goblins. But the Ice Spirit did manage to do that little tinge of damage. And Jimit starts off his beatdown with an Ice Golem, answered by a Knight and a Goblin gang on the same lane. And 3 Musketeers down right off the bat. Tornado to pull all of them onto the same side. And the Princess is going to wreck them completely. All they have to do is one hit each, and from the tower, 1 Musketeer is going to get 1 hit off, but negligible. Let's look at the trade right there. 3 elixir for a Princess, 3 elixir for a Tornado, and 3 elixir for the log. That's 9 elixir to kill a 9 elixir Musketeer. That's pretty even trade, but I guess in the process, Saif's Knight died. Saif had a Goblin gang that also couldn't do much, and half a Goblin gang from Jimit also came in support of the 3 Musketeers. So pretty even trade. Like, nobody has a any sort of elixir lead, but that might change over time. 20 seconds left until double elixir. Oh wow, Saif manages to pull the miner again to activate his King Tower, which is a really good thing to have. We're following in the footsteps of Golden Boy Mrin right there, whose games we couldn't see today because the update just totally destroyed all replays. Jimit showing the last card, which is a minion horde, which they don't manage to reach the tower at all. Princess and the tower managed to completely nullify any damage they could have done. But this push looks like it might do some work though. Oh, 2 Princesses there, right there. Being okay, so these 2 Princesses are going to do some work, ladies and gentlemen. Unless Jimit can rotate really quickly, I think he's in a lot of trouble, because look at that. Firing away constantly. Goblin gang does manage to get rid of this nuisance, but might be just a little bit too late. 20 seconds left. His star is down to 637 HP. Okay, a Saif. What? I'm not really sure I would have agreed with that usage of Rocket right there. He wanted to get rid of the Musketeers. I understand that, but not sure if that was the way to go. Look at the amount of HP he lost on his own tower, Saif. 319 HP left. That's 1 rocket, and I think we've. Ooh, wow! Such a close encounter again. Saif manages to equalize again with a 2-2 score. His star is at 40 HP. There was a miner. The bandit even dashed in, but the rocket was just too quick. I mean, it was slow, but it was quick enough. So congratulations, Saif. You've managed to, like, sort of, I don't know, pull that rabbit out of your hat or something and equalize the score. Whew. Well, that was exciting. So Jimit versus Saif. These, I mean, I'm at a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 2-2 score. So I was sort of unhappy that the first 5-match series in this season that I could have casted, Mrin versus Tahir, we lost the replays, but thanks to fate, destiny, I don't know. This is another 5-match series. And quite an exciting one at that. Equalizer after equalizer after equalizer. And The finishers, man, the finishers, they were so close. The Rocket just beat it by mere fractions of seconds. 9 seconds into, what do you say, into overtime. Looks like Saif needs a little bit of time to prepare, maybe making some changes to his deck or something, or finding a better spot to sit in so that his Wi-Fi doesn't get cut out. Wi-Fi, I don't know. So, what is he going to do? Is he going to stick with his Three Musketeer deck? Because it didn't really work out. I mean, it worked out last time, but now that Saif's countered it, not really sure what Jimit is going to do. Maybe bring a deck out of left field with a Sparky or with a Lavaloon deck, or maybe a Spawn deck with the Barbarians and Barbarians and Goblins. Anything can happen. Yeah, I think the average age of these pros is getting lower and lower and lower. I mean, when it was 2016, I guess the average age was what, 23, 24. Marin was a veteran in the field. Now we have 16 and 17-year-old people beating out our golden boys and champions. Arpan being the two-time champion of ESL 2017, ESL India 2017, won both the premierships, land finales, the one at Mumbai, the fall finale at Mumbai, the summer finale at Mumbai, and the fall finale at Hyderabad. He defeated Min, like I was saying, at the Hyderabad, and he defeated Acrid. Like, Acrid just came out of nowhere with his crazy decks, man. Like, nobody expected that amount of gameplay from him, but it was surprising. It was fun to watch. It was fun to cast. Tahir was there with me. So, I don't know what's going to happen in this winter finale. It's going to happen in Delhi during the Comic-Con. I guess mid-December in Delhi, the mid-December weekend, Friday, Saturday. 17th and 18th of December. Okay, so it looks like Saif needs a little bit more time. He wants to restart his Wi-Fi router, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the troubles of esports. So how about this? Why don't you guys listen to some cool tunes while we give Saif a minute or two to restart his Wi-Fi router, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, previously on Dragon Ball Z, Jimit and Saif faced off against each other game after game. Jimit won the first one, Saif equalized. Jimit won the third one, and Saif equalized on the fourth game again. But now, both the players have been charging up their Kamehamehas for a few episodes, so I guess we'll see the final result now when the two beams of power clash. Okay, this feels like deja vu. Okay, it doesn't feel like deja vu anymore. Goblins and minions being the first cards being played. Saif's answer with bats has told us that this is a different deck than what we've seen before. So this is definitely game number 5. We are not mistaken. Okay. So far, okay. A cannon card coming out from Jimit. Some new tactics being tried out right there. And Saif immediately answers with a hog. Oh, and that P.E.K.K.A. is going to slap it twice. And down it goes. So what is Jimit going to put behind that P.E.K.K.A.? Because that is a huge fresh tank. Just started taking damage from the tower. And Saif answers with his own P.E.K.K.A. Okay. As well as bat. So Jimit's P.E.K.K.A. is going down, and so is Saif's as well. Oh man, I'm not sure who came out on top there, but I think it's Jimit because right now he has the elixir lead of 3 elixir almost. Ooh, amazing. Opens up with another set of minions again. Let's see. Jimit hasn't revealed 3 of his cards, and Saif hasn't revealed 2 of them. And Jimit has just showed us one of his cards is Graveyard. Is the other going to be a miner or is it going to be a poison? It is a poison. And Jimit, while he does this on the right over there, Saif has taken this chance to launch a really well-timed hog, which managed to get 5 or so hits on the tower, bringing it down to 938 HP. That was a really good move on Saif, waiting for this, sacrificing that amount of HP on his own tower while making sure the hog reaches and does quite a bit of damage. Jimit starts off with a P.E.K.K.A. from the backlines and Saif does the same. The P.E.K.K.A.s are going to meet up on Saif's side of the field, which is a huge advantage for him, but Jimit is going to lose this tower, man. That hog is... Yeah, that hog is bringing this down. There's no 2 ways around it. Jimit also lets go of the poison right there, killing the bats. The P.E.K.K.A.s have killed each other. 20 seconds left. I don't think Jimit is coming back from this. There's no way he can mount a push that will destroy the tower in time. 915 HP left. Yeah, I think we can safely give this to Saif. 3-2 in favor of... Oh no, we can't! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing right there. We've gone into overtime. Jimit just pulls a hat like trick out of nowhere. This is... Okay, I see my production head's face and he's like, oh, this also happens, huh? Okay, so again, we see another of those sneaky hogs coming up from Saif, hitting the center tower. Does get 4 hits off, but thanks to the cannon cart as well as the tower's own damage, it does die. But this is a very precarious position for Jimit right there. Half his Crown Tower's HP is gone. But he doesn't let up. He keeps staying on the offensive. Nice graveyard right there. A lot of skeletons hitting simultaneously, bringing the tower down to 761 HP, which is arguably faster to take down thanks to the cannon cart. And if the Evis dies, it does, but also brings down the cannon cart as well. Another hog right there, being answered with the Mega Minion, as well as... What was... Okay, that freeze was from the Ice Golem. 815 HP left. Both of Jimit's remaining buildings are in quite a bit of danger, but he answers again with the Graveyard Poison, which is going to do quite a bit of damage and maybe bring the tower down itself. And it does, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So Jimit wins this series 3-2 in a very exciting set of matches. Congratulations, Jimit. And Saif, you've done a wonderful job. You've got some good decks, but today is Jimit's day. And I guess that's it. Congratulations to Jimit for winning this matchup of today. And these guys, they ran from wherever they were into to their house or whatever good Wi-Fi zone they could, because we didn't have any other matches to play today. So a shout out to the players as well, Jimit and Saif. And I guess I'm gonna hand you guys back to Angie. This has been Manoj Super Gola casting for you, and it has been a pleasure. Angie, why don't you tell these guys what CSGO and Dota 2 matches we have in store for them after this? Audience, please stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another day at the ESL India Premiership. Jimit just took his first victory in the winter season, placing him on a good score right now on the scoreboard. Of course, Saif doesn't need to worry. He's got a lot of more games lined up ahead of him. So this is just like a warm-up session. I hope he fixes his Wi-Fi and is better off after that. Coming up next, we're going to have Counter-Strike. It's going to be TMG Gaming going up against SRA. So we will see you shortly after this break. And welcome back. We are in the ESL India winter season, and this event is brought to you by Omen by HP, Saif by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Nodwin Gaming. I'm your host Angela, and now we have Counter-Strike Global Offensive coming up for you guys. It's going to be TMG versus SRA. Now a little bit about these teams before we head into the game. Now TMG and SRA are both Challenger League teams. They were not supposed to be in the Masters League, but in the previous segment of the fall season, we did see that 4 teams from the Masters League have dropped out of the tournament, namely Nasser, Scorchers. We have Shooting Monkeys and Yalla. So Yalla and Nasser are both from Dubai, and they had to kind of not, they couldn't take part in the ESL India Premiership. So with their dropout came in the entrance of TMG versus SRA. Now TMG, they may be from the Challenger League, but they've been performing pretty well for themselves. They even defeated Team Brutality in the qualifiers of the TE Cup that happened in Bangalore just a week ago. Coming to SRA, this team has had a very good score in the Challenger League. They've been sitting at 6-1, losing only 1 game to Shooting Monkeys. And since Shooting Monkeys is out of the tournament, they kind of got their place in the Masters League as of now. Last time these two teams met, SRA took a convincing victory of 16-11 versus Team TMG. So let's see who's going to take this one as we head into the game with our casters who are so strong. And I'll be back after that with some Dota 2 for you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's a wonderful Tuesday evening. Counter-Strike time. Well, I mean, I'm not going to judge other esports titles, but I personally love this game the most. And it's going to be TMG, who had a pretty rough game. It's too easy. They got pretty convincingly stomped. I think that would be the right choice of words. Against Too Easy. Now it's going to be against SRA and AKS holding a pretty aggressive angle. This is an off angle. Is he going to be aware of Lucky holding the line? No, he is not, but he's still going to take the fight. Lucky pushing in, but AKS will get the opening kill. Aflex not able to get the trade, as he will not over-aggress in the meantime. They're trying to sell a fake over at A. I'm not too sure they're going to fall for this, as AKS has made his way towards short. Formless and Patrick are completely decimating that push, and now they realize the bomb's not there, and AKS, he is aware of this. Spots out Aflex, dropping into the side. He should be able to get the bomb down here, and it's going to be Ux who's still taking the fight. Pasha is going to come to his rescue. It's all on Aflex, who is all alone in a 1v5. He finds one, needs to find 4 more. Bomb is planted, though, and he gets another one, looking for more. He's doing so much damage, turns around, taps away, runs out of bullets, and AKS is there to take him down. That's going to be the round. TMG winning it very convincingly. For SRA, they do get the bomb down. I like how Aflex did not commit to the trade. He actually held back. Even though Ox pushed in, they still stuck with the plan. There was a fake. AKS was drawn out towards short. And great work from Pasha and Petri as well, picking up a couple of kills. A kill apiece, rather, over the A-bomb side. And overall, a very convincing round for TMG. SRA should be going for a full eco here, maybe a couple of P250s being purchased, as they would be looking for the early rifle buy in the 3rd round. TMG, though, 2 umps, couple of MP9s for Mars and Petri. Everyone's favorite Petri core. I'm going to be going for an A hit. Let me see Formless, who was quite formless yesterday. Is he going to find his form today is the question. Petri, very much having an inkling that there's someone over in Palace. They haven't shown anything yet quite so far. They have the flashbang in hands of Aflex, and here comes the flash, but Formless waiting underneath. They're going to come charging out, and Formless is in a rough spot with Shadow, but he's going to find 1, finds 2. He's looking for more. Petri's going to chime in with a frag for himself as well, and Formless with a triple kill. Ux chiming in with 1. So nice eco bash there. They get 4 kills to the SMG. That's money in the bank as well. 2-0. TMG not losing a single man. And for SRA, the big guns are going to come out. And for TMG, the fact that it's stuck with the 2 MP9s, and that's the thing, right? It's kind of a gamble, and no one died, so they're going to be sticking with the SMGs. The UMP is very much viable. The MP9s, now, I've been looking to see a more aggressive play coming out from Friction and from AKS to try and catch the T's off guard, because obviously we're going to be looking for long-range duels. It's not really going to work out, so it's going to come down to positioning. In the meantime, aggressive control over at connector. And for the T's, they're just going to be going for a straight-out play towards B by the looks of it. AK-47's all around. They have 3 flashbangs and 1 smoke to work with, and the 2 players waiting. They're actually just 1 player. AKS and Pasha saw this timing. Could be huge. Then Incendiary could throw a spanner in the works. Pasha style pushing up, is holding the line. Rules will be spotted out. Pasha is going to get the kill. Turns around, not able to get more than that. He does, however, does a little bit of damage on the Aflex. Now, are they going to commit is the question, because they have virtually no utility remaining. 1 smoke remaining in the hands of Aflex. Are they going to commit, or are they going to fall back? AKS all by his lonesome. He hasn't called for the rotation yet. He's got 1 flashbang in hand. And the MP9 of his, just trying to spot someone out, spots out a player. They know where he is as well. Flashbang going to pop, and he's going to play in the site. MP9 out, spots out Guru, goes for the spray, finds one. He's going to get taken on from the side. It's going to be Lucky who gets the kill. And just like that, it's now a 5 for 3v3, in fact. As the bomb is going to get planted. Weaponry advantage firmly in the hands of SRA. 3 AKs versus an MP9, the ump, and the FAMAS with Friction. He's going to find a kill. Quick trade comes in Marcher, finding Friction. 2v2 now. Petri and Formless, a lot of work to do. Formless has a Molotov, which he hasn't quite used yet. Flashbangs in hand. Going to throw in a deep flash. That's not going to blind anyone. And Lucky's going to get the kill, and he's going to pick up both the frags, picking up a triple kill, and winning the round for SRA. Formless could have probably used a Molotov to clear out at least 1 angle. They really didn't have an information as to where the players were, and Petri and Petricor and Formless not really going for that push together. Petra getting taken down. The form is taking forever to try and go for the trade kill. Sorry, getting the first round on board. They do lose 3 players. So that means the money is still going to be in precarious position. But then so is TMG's. They will go for the buy, a full rifle buy this time around, 4 M4s and the FAMAS and a decent sum of utility as well. A couple of kits, one on Formless, who's going to be playing from the A bomb side, and Ox is going to be playing from B short. He's going to be playing with Pasha Sal this time around. As you see, SRA just gathering up for a hit. They should know that utility should be kind of sparse for TMG, and they will be trying to draw the utility, the incendiaries, the flashes, the counter flashes early on. They still have a lot of time to work with as well. Are they going to fall for this is the question, and indeed they are. Formless tossing in the nade he has. Petri completely blinded, is going to be spraying, and they're actually going to be committing, not really drawing on anything, and Formless caught napping. Lucky's going to get the kill. You can see the flames as well, cremating Formless's corpse. They still have a Molotov and a few flashbangs, and Friction's going to be pushing in. Spots on Macho, falls back, but there's a guy over in Connector. Petrichor is going to take the duel, takes him down, but Aflux going to find an AKS in the meantime. It's a 3v3, and the health advantage is firmly with SRA. The positionings, the postmans aren't that good, though. Friction needs to check the angle. He won't check on the towards Shadow, and Aflux is going to get the kill as Pasha Sahil strikes. He finds one. He needs to find 2 more. He's going to spot out Macho, but Macho catches him jumping. It's all in Petrichor. 13 HP, the Dream. He's got a couple of flashbangs. But Macho walking out straight into his crosshair, but that's okay. Picks up the double. And it's going to be SRA tying things up, and TMG's money is going to be in the dumpster. Might be seeing a few P250s being purchased, perhaps. But SRA, so to clean execute. I'm not too sure what Formless was still doing around in towards triple, because there was no one to cover for him. Petrichor was blinded and smoked off as well towards Connector. So for Formless, he needed to get at least 1 kill before he got taken down. And in that situation, many players would have probably fallen back towards CD spawn and gone for the retake together instead of getting picked off. As Lucky is going to get the opening kill. They're just pushing in here. Rules finds another one. And Lucky won't get more than 1 kill, but they are going to get completely annihilated. A no-nonsense push coming out from SRA. Pasha Sahil looking for at least 1 exit. Lucky. It's all about timing. Will Pasha Sahil get a kill? No, he won't. Rules is going to come pre-firing around the corner. 3 rounds for SRA in a row. Although we will be seeing the buy coming up from TMG once more. TMG playing the... Wow, no, they're actually going for a double lead, which is interesting. A little unconventional in counts. Given that last standing, they had the Pasha Sahil standing in from Mazel. Friction standing in today for Moon, who's not going to be playing. This team is in a lot of flux indeed. There's Rules making a lot of noise, barreling up towards underpass. Friction is waiting. They fail that smoke, and the nade just takes 1 point of armor from Friction. Is still holding towards jungle. They have aggressive throw a short though, but AKS trying to be cheeky at the edge of the smoke, but he will be found out by Lucky. Pasha Sahil now going to be left all by his lonesome towards B bomb side. He's got a CZ in hand and prayer on his lips. Lucky is going to get spotted out. Pasha Sahil 4 bullets, all he needs to get the first kill. Gets another kill with 3 more bullets. He's looking for more, but Aflux will end him. And that's going to leave Formless all alone in 1v3. Now, March is kind of low. The bomb's going to get planted. There's no one covering towards the apartment. So Formless could try and inflict a little bit more economic damage, but spots out Macho. A little bit of trigger discipline coming out from him, and he's finally going to be compromised. And now he knows where Aflux is. Gets the dink in, but Aflux will win that duel. 4 rounds in a row for SRAs. We will finally see the second buy round, second full buy round coming up from TMG. Friction going with the AWPs. You've got Kevlar and a flashbang, but that's about it. Petri will be able to buy very comfortably for himself as well. M4 armor, a lot of utility as well. However, SRA losing the pistol round and the anti-eco, but then stringing 4 rounds in a row. They haven't lost a single buy round so far, and a couple of rounds have been pretty healthy wins as well. So you can see the money's looking pretty decent as well. 7K on 3 players, $4,000 and Lucky. Guru's the only one who is kind of low on cash at the moment. And I'm curious to see what Friction's going to be doing with his op. Playing passively from jump. AKS takes a duel, finds one. He knows where Guru is as well. Finds another kill. Shutting it down in ladder room. And that's gonna be a problem here. But AKS not stopping. He's just feeding him kills one by one by one. He's just taken 9 points of damage. Gonna reposition himself. There is a play towards jungle, but he should be careful because AKS is gonna spot him out. Picks up the quad kill of the round. And one man remains. That is Macho. And Pasha Sile is gonna be the man waiting for him. Watch out, waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Re-smoke will come in, and he's still gonna hold the line. Hasn't quite aggressed yet. Pasha Style feeling a little adventurous now. Macho feeling a little paranoid. Some time has elapsed, and is probably wondering, maybe someone's gonna come in from behind. Still gonna wait very patiently. Pasha Style just clearing out all the angles possible. Flash primed and ready, and it is going to not really be quite effective. Macho still holding it. Beautiful shot from Macho. He's going to be making his way towards B bombs, and he has no idea where AKS is, and this should be the ace for Rux. Peers around the corner, and there we go. The ace for Mr. AKS. And TMG get to the third round. Although 4-3 is still very, it still favors SRA. It is Mirage after all. Friction trying to play the spawn, but is not going to find anyone. Now SR have gone for a full-fledged buy. Couple of players still in 4K, so if they lose this round, they can still eke out a half buy. Ideally, they should. I mean, if they get the bomb down, then yeah, they can go for a decent buy. In fact, even if they do lose this round, but. Yeah, that's a very negative mentality, you know, trying to think about around next round if you lose it. But right now, they have a pincer setup planned. 3 players making their way from a slope and palace. Smoke's raining in. The 2 players over an underpass going to be going for a very late flank indeed. Now, there is Formless duking it out over in Palace. Again, loses the duel. He's been struggling winning these duels, and now this is a problem. The stack comes in. This is perfect timing. Friction with the op. He needs to go. Oh, swaps his weapons at the worst time possible. It's all in Petrichor. He's got to be a rock here in the side. He finds one, finds 2, looking for more, but he's going to get flanked from behind. Guru's going to take him down. It's all going to come down to Pasha side, who spots out 1 player. He's going to take the duel, but rules will end him. He lays down the law, and that's going to be 5 rounds in a row for 5 rounds for SRA, and for TMG, they will be staring down the barrel of a reset. Almost a full reset on a couple of these players. Things not looking good, and that came down to... That was a very nice round for SRA. Heavy presence towards A, going for the execute, and the... they didn't really go for a fast play towards connector, went for the boost, both the players getting caught off guard. I'm not too sure why Friction swapped for the AK at that juncture. I mean, it was so risky. He could have just stuck with the op, try to win the duel. I mean, you got to have that confidence to go for that fight. Instead, he gets taken down while swapping weapons. And Formless as well, struggling winning some of these duels, some crucial duels. AKS should be careful. Gun gets spotted out, and Guru will thank AKS for that free kill. Lucky's going to charge out as well. Finds one. Doesn't check the sandwich, but he still manages to turn around. Almost gets the kill. As Petri does get the frag, but that's all he'll get, as Pasha Sile is once again going to be left alone. Gets the dink into Guru, but the Guru will get the kill. 6-3 as SRA are looking pretty solid at the moment. They've almost won 6 rounds in a row, apart from that 1 hiccup they had in the 7th round. And for TMG, yeah, they win that 1 round, they win the 3rd round, and they get so badly reset. So things are looking bad. 4P to 50s, 5-7. A little bit of Kevlar being purchased, a little bit of utility, but that's not that much, to be very honest. Formless, Petri, and Friction. Aggression coming out towards top and mid. Guru should be careful. And he doesn't know this. He doesn't know how deep they're pushed in. Pasha Sahil could throw a spanner in the works here. They kept the 4-man stack over at A. The bomb is over in B apartments. Now, Pasha Sahil doesn't know this. He sees the execute. But I'm not too sure if he got spotted out. Did he now? Yep, he did get spotted out. Pasha Sahil not budging. Now, that's going to make SRA probably overthink this. They're still going to be tossing the flashes and the smokes nonetheless. Lucky's going to get the opening kill. Oh no, they didn't know he was there. And he's going to strike. Great shot for Pasha Sahil. He's looking for more as Petrico is going to get another kill in the meantime. And that's one player remaining. But look at the fake. Is that they've actually fallen for this. There's no one over in the B bomb, so they should be able to get the bomb down. And Rules is just about holding the line. Just trying to stay alive. I'm not too sure why he's committing here. But he's going to be walking out, spots at AKS, and he goes to the spray, finds Petri, and he gets AKS as well in that one spray. But now, over in the B-bomb side, Macho finds one, and Pasha Sahil holding the angle, reading that perfectly, gets the kill. He's got a Kevlar, he's got that AK-47, but that incendiary is going to prevent him from venturing further. Any further, he will fall back. He does get an AK-47 for his efforts, and he should be pretty happy with the way that turned out. They've done a little bit of economical damage, but I don't think SRA are going to be too worried about it. Still save 2 rifles. And for TMG, yeah, AK saved. Yeah, it's going to enable him to have a little bit of buffer money, but for the rest of them, they're going to go for the buy anyways. Friction has 6k. Is he going to go for the AWP buy again? Because both the times I've seen him with the AWP, he has been quite impotent. As he does go for the AWP buy for the 3rd time in this game. Has yet to really do much so far. Just 1 kill in 10 rounds. Tiny little gap there in the crossing. Friction misses the shot. That should have been Lucky getting taken down. He's going to be smoked off any moment right now. And here comes the smoke from Lucky. Friction just trying to go for a lucky shot. Unfortunately, that's not going to land. And now Rules tossing the smoke towards short. AKS is going to be smoked off. He's going to reposition himself towards ladder room as they are going to be going for a heavy presence towards connected. But Friction, oh no, they line up! What is even going on? Why was Formless just running around in front? I think that distracted Friction there gets taken down. Ox does get a trade. Might not be enough. It's now a 2v4. Ox needs to go big and Guru will shut him down. It is all on Mr. Pasha Sahil again. 1v4. Bomb is going to get planted. And he's got to wait for the smoke to dissipate. But TMG are looking discombobulated. As Rules will be found by Pasha. He knows where one is. Spotted Macho as well. Switching over to AW. He's just going to try and go for the save, but there is a man waiting for him, and it's going to be actually peeking out, taking the fight, and rips his head clean off his shoulder. TMG's hole is just all over the place. They don't have any crossfires. They're running around. They're getting caught with the pants down too many times, and it's almost like there are no comms really taking place for TMG. Yes, there is a caveat. They're playing with stand-ins, but still, some of these rounds, some of these holes are quite atrocious from TMG at the moment. TMG calling for a timeout. Full throttle loss bonus. CD side means it's really hard to go for a buy. They can go for some pistols and armor. They can just go for armor, and Pasha Sahil can probably drop a few. I don't know, for like a few pistols maybe. But right now, we have a lot of work to do. Two minutes of timeout. What are TMG gonna do now? Going for the pistols and armor. Which is viable. It's going to be $3,500 coming in the next round. As we do see SRA going for a fast take towards mid. It is going to be Rules and Guru. And it's... I like... it's not like they're trying anything very crazy or special. They're just varying it up a, you know, tad bit, which is working out wonderfully for them. And I also like the fact they do seem to have a semblance of composure when things don't go exactly to plan. That at one time at Pasha's I'll just knock in from behind. They're still committed to it. They were still very composed the way they were going about things. Excuse me, as AKS gets the kill onto mid, but Friction is going to be feeling a bit of heat. Finds one. Floating around. Ooh. Looking for another kill. Is floating around, but he's going to get hunted down. Runs out of bullets. Rules will get the kill. Actually, Macho getting the kill, and Rules will wipe out both the players towards mid. So a little bit of damage being inflicted. Getting a couple of kills, TMG, but honestly, they need more than kills. They need to start winning some rounds. It's SRA's money is looking really healthy. They can keep buying for the next, for the last 3 rounds. They don't really have to worry about it. And for TMG, 3-9 on a map that they used to be pretty damn decent on. But then again, like if you look at that old lineup, it's I think there's 2 players from that old lineup. They've had a lot of lineup changes. There's no Moon, there's no Haku, there's no Marzil. Pashasal's a good addition, although I think he's a temporary addition. Formless is at his moments, but I don't think he's really been tried and tested yet. And Friction is just a stand-in. So this is a very far cry from the TMG, who used to be upset kings at one point in early this year, late last year. As Rules clearing out all the angles. This guy's crossing movement is twitchy as hell. They got short control. 2 players waiting. AKS will make contact. Peeks out wide. Gets double peeked in turn. Gets taken down. It's going to be coming down to Friction. Is going to find one. Won't get a second kill. Trade's going to come in. And there's no one close by. Rules is waiting. Lying in wait for Formless to take him down. Rules finds both the kills. Rules playing the lurk perfectly. And TMG are just looking like a pale shadow of what they were earlier. Pasha's in a 1v4. He's going to find one. They're trying to hunt him down. Aphrod's going to spot him out. A nice cheeky little off angle there. Pasha's going to get taken down. I have no idea what TMG are doing because the CD side is non-existent. They have no control in connector. They're not really going for any mid control. They're not doing anything. They're walking into the lurk so easily. It just... I mean, you can almost write a textbook on what's going wrong here. Penultimate round, and Friction has gone for the force buy, while the rest of his team has gone for pistols and armor. That just goes to show how utterly lost they look at the moment. I mean, one teammate just going for the force buy. It's like, are there even comms going on with this team at the moment? Free-firing from Macho, finds Formless. Pasha does reply back with the deagle of him, but the deagle shot, finding Aflix towards Palace. Petri floating around, that 5-7 in his hands is quite dangerous. As the Guru has snuck into it short. He's got himself a good position. Luckily for him, no one's going to be peeking out from short. But AKS with a deagle, he finds a frag. Now there is Petri floating around. He is going to be the main man. He finds Machi right before he gets blinded. And where is Rules even looking at? Lucky's going to be left alone. 1v4 to 1v3. He's going to jump up. He spots out AKS. The Molotov is going to burn him alive. And he's so very low. He's going to sneak his way in. But Friction is there waiting for him on top of stairs. And that eco round, just that force buy, no, sorry, an eco round rather, just pistols and armor. Friction was the only one with the gun. Working out wonderfully, primarily because some great shots coming out with the deagle from AKS as well as from Pasha Sile as well. And then Petri doing great work with the AK-47 he picked up of one of the fallen terrorists. So last round of the first half, but still 10-4 is a very dominant scoreline. And SRA should be feeling pretty happy here. So the final round is going to be a full buy versus a full buy as AKS taking matters into his own hands, pushing up into its palace, getting the opening kill. The Guru will fall. That's the early man advantage established by TMG. Petri using up the incendiary early on. I'm not too sure why he went for that incendiary. There was no tell. There were no smokes, nothing being tossed in. So, kind of a preemptive Molotov incendiary, but kind of feels wasted if you ask me. They don't really have that much utility remaining on the CD side. You could actually hold on to the incendiary for later in the round when SRA might go for a play. But SRA are going to leave Aflex alone, who's going to be looking for a pick towards A, as his teammates are going to be making their way towards B. Smoke's getting lined up. Being tossed in, Molotov towards truck, and there is Pasha Sahil though with an AWP of his, and he's going to find first goal. Friction finds another one as well. Rules trying to get something. Pasha Sahil misses an easy shot, then Rules, he punishes him for it, but 19 seconds on the clock. AK is going to find Aflex. The lurk has been neutralized, and Rules has a lot of work to do. Going to spot out Friction in at the edge of the smoke, but 10 seconds. And he is running out of time. Spots out Friction, gets the kill. He's going to try and get the bomb down, but there's a man waiting for him from behind. It's going to be Formless who snuck his way in and gets a kill at the very end. So 5 rounds of TMG on the CD side of Mirage. I don't think that's going to be enough, to be very honest. As we do see a fast lane from TMG coming about to short. Are they going to get sniped is the question. Rules is waiting. There are 3 players, and they're going to just keep barreling up ladder room. That's what is even going on? What is going on? Just going around the world. Ox has made his way towards jungle. This is, I don't even. Were they trying to fake it out towards A by running towards underpass with the sound? I don't know, but this is chaotic. This is sheer chaos. Now it's a 2v3. Petri needs to survive. Macho is all alone, but he will still get a kill. Looking for more, tapping away. He won't find more than one. And Aflex is going to get taken out from the side. He hears AKS, spots him out. Does a lot of damage, but AKS is going to win the duel with the Glock. And TMG, they win a pistol round they desperately needed. They won both the pistol rounds. Still trailing by 4 rounds though. And now SRA will of course go for the force buy. I would love to see teams, you know, you don't have to go for the forced buy. You have a 4-round lead, you know. I like to see that play once where teams don't go for the forced buy in the second round in CD side, even if you lose the pistol. Just go for 2 full ecos. You'll have M4s, you'll have an AWP, you'll have a ton of utility as well instead of being strapped. If you lose this round, they're going to go full eco the next round. And they're going to lose that as well, and that's going to be 8-10 for TMG. And when SRA buy up, they're going to have M4s, and they're going to have maybe 2 smokes, 10, 5, 7, 8 flashes, maybe 1 Molotov, maybe a kit, maybe no kits, you never know. And that's going to be hard, you know, without much utility to work with to hold on to the sites. So it could spiral out of control. Let's see how this one plays out, though. They're gone for a stack over at A. Interesting setup. 3 players, aggressive, 1 towards cave, 2 setting up a crossfire over on top of shadow. Aflex is going to be playing bait. Macho just floating around towards jungle. AKS making his way towards connector. They look like they're going to be going for this hit. Look at the Guru. He has somehow managed to thread his way from behind. And here comes the play. There's going to be Pasha Sahil finds one. Quick trade does come in, but Guru is taking too long, though. I thought it would actually work out with Guru. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, he gets Petri. Bombs down in shadow. He's going to get hunted down by Formless, and Formless is not going to win the duel. They are feeding him kills. No, not like this, not like this. And Friction to save the day. Guru almost pulling off a 1v4. A 1v4. 5-7 at that range. Petri died, but the other 3 players had no business pushing in like that. 1v1v1. Push him together. Push him together. He's a 5-7. Push him together. Why was being 3 kills? That was so lucky. And to be honest, I think TMG deserved to lose that round the way they pushed in. I would have loved if Guru got a shot over there. That was just sloppy play from TMG. Extremely sloppy play from TMG. 1v4, Petri died, nothing he could do about it. Unfortunate. The other three? I don't even know what was going on. Pachasal getting dinged down is pretty low. There's still a player there. P250 in hand, it's Macho. You know, haven't checked the corner yet, but Petri will have no trouble getting the kill. As Pachasal, Macton in hand, he is the disposable hero for this round. Flashbang is so very perfect. But a double flash comes in. Again, miscoms galore. As Friction will, however, pick up both the kills. I don't know why there was a double flash but calming. And that's the thing, right? The small little nuances you see in the game, small little mistakes. Really just grate me. Now let's talk about the economy for SRA. They went for the force in the second round. They went for the eco round. They did get a lot of kills though, Guru, right? But still, let's look at the buy they have here. Because they went for the buy in the second round, they've gone for the 5 M4s, okay? They have 3 smokes, 2 nades, and 4 flashbangs. Not a single kit. Not one kit. Not a single incendiary. Now, all TMG have to do right now is try and draw the utility. Just toss in a couple of flashes. Guru is going to play that perfectly. Avoids a flashbang. As Friction, however, is striking real quickly. And Guru will make his escape, though. Okay, it's not able to get the trade, but that's okay. Actually, well, they did get a trade on the other side, so it's fine. Friction, 24 HP. But he stays alive, and that's crucial for TMG. Not too certain why they went for a faster play. Probably trying to catch SRA off guard. And this 4v3. And SRA have their utility completely depleted. They have 1 flash remaining in the hands of Macho, who is over at B, where the action is going to be taking place over at A. Aflex is there. He does have backup arriving in the form of Guru with an M4 of his. Aflex, lots of angle to check. And Guru spotting out a player. Smoke's gonna come in. Oh, that is a horrendous smoke from Petri. Aflex gonna find Formless. And Aflex staying alive is huge. Guru's gonna help his teammate out. He finds one more, and all of a sudden, from 4v3 to a 2v4, 2v3 in favor of SRA. Aflex just needs to stay alive here, and Guru is just dancing around. He's finally gonna get taken down by AKS. He's not gonna check underneath the Fem and AKS. That was so sloppy. And Friction trying to stay alive. Actually, Aflex trying to stay alive, and this Friction will be found by Macho. Great work from Guru and Aflex there, but sloppy from TMG. Oh my word. That just fell apart at the seams, like, you know, one of the shirts you buy at those Sunday market stores. You know, like those $100 rupee shirts you buy, and you're like, oh, why does the shirt disintegrate in the first wash? Because it's $100. That's why. And that was a horrible analogy, but I think it was pretty fitting as well. That was just TMG looking extremely, extremely lost in the way they were approaching the A bomb site. The smoke from Petrichor was abysmal. As we do see the timeout getting called by SRA, and I like this timeout. You know, taking a breather. They're like, all right, we won our first round on the T side. The buy's probably not going to be that great. Sorry, yeah, the buy's not going to be that great. We can just try and shut it down. We had just 2 guys stay alive, but you know, we can make something of this round. So you can see the buy is pretty dire for both teams. And whichever team wins this, they're going to force the other team to eco. All right, so SRA winning a crucial round. Let's look at the setup. We do have Rules and Aflex again playing towards A. Guru, fast play towards mid, playing the spawn. Smoke's gonna come in. AKS has tried and tested smoke. He has one of the weirdest smokes I've seen on Mirage. He does a crouch, walk, jump, throw. And it lands 10 out of 10 times. It's ridiculous. One of the toughest smokes. And I asked him, I'm like, dude, there are like so many easier ways to do that smoke. And he's like, I'm just used to this. And I can't complain because he never fails it. Ever. So that's there. So TMG in the meantime. AKS top fragging, taking matters into his own hands. It was Mazel yesterday who was doing his best to keep TMG in the game against Too Easy, to no avail. And this time around, AKS, in the absence of Moon. Sorry, it was Moon who was doing the hard carrying yesterday. And AKS doing his best today to try. And he's doing everything. He's trying to open up the site alone. As they're getting pressurized, Patrick finds Lucky Ox with a beautiful opening kill and benches. There's going to be Macho getting compromised as well. And that should be the call for the save. It's Formless. He's got his eyes on Aflex. Completely blinded though. And Rules should get this kill if he peeks out wide. Aflex doing a smart job trying to stay alive, falling back. And Rules is going to peek in, finding Formless. And again, Formless sticking around for a little too long. This small little individual decisions from Formless looking very suspect. Alongside Friction as well. I mean, he knows where you are. He's tossing a nade and a flashbang and still sticking around the same position when you know there's another player floating around. And especially when they have the ump taking a fight out in the open, it's not exactly the most safest way to go about things. Rules not spotting out AKS and Aflex. The shots giving it away, but TMG. They string it back, and I did say that round was very crucial. Whichever team won that round was going to force it out of time to go for an eco, and what are SRA going to do? First round loss bonus is not much, it's $1,400. You can see Lucky and Matcha are pretty broke, and they look like they're going to go for the force here. They are indeed going to go for the force buy. Lucky getting dropped a FAMAS by Rules. So 2 M4s, a FAMAS, a 5.7, and the P to 50. There's not much to work with. AKS with his smoke. Let's see. Yeah, like it's a crouch walk. I'm not too sure if he jumped, but yeah, lands 10 out of 10 times. Pretty impressive smoke, if you ask me. And he does it on top of the dustbin as well, which is pretty nuts. Guru. AKS walking in. All by himself. No. On top being tossed in, forcing Guru out, but he's gonna make his escape. He's not able to pick up a gun. The Lucky in the meantime gets another kill. I like what Guru is doing. Holding that choke point. He knows he has got a 5.7. He knows he's got the positional advantage here. As Petrico's got to go for a play. Spots at a player. Finds Rules. More to find. Flashbang is really, really good. He hears Macho running away. Flashback from Macho, not going to find anyone. Petri doing a bit of damage. Is still a player over in Palace, and Guru now has retrieved the AK-47. How is Formless going to make his way in? Already going to making the way on the pass. Formless got to commit here, and Guru is such a great spot that AK-47 was looking the wrong way though. Oh, it's all about timing. Formless is going to walk in, looks the wrong way, bomb down, round's done. Round is done. They don't have the time. 10 seconds. There's no time. There's no time remaining. Guru is still going to hold the line. And he finds Friction as well. It's a round done and dusted. Petri's going to be left alone in the 1v2. There's nothing he can do. And the force buy is going to pan out for SRA. And that is going to break the money for TMG. 9-12. Back and forth. Back and forth. And this is... I don't even know what this is. Friction, Pasha Sahil, Petrichor have gone for the forced buy. Formless is just gone for the P2K, and AKS has just purchased the Tech 9 and armor. No utility. So... I am not too sure why they've gone for this buy. I don't get it. If they don't even get the bomb down, they're gonna get... Formless and Elks will have money to buy, but Petri and Pasha and Friction will be forced to go eco. So again, maybe miscoms coming in, maybe just throwing caution to the winds, maybe they just don't care. I don't know. As rules, falling back. And Petri with a beautiful shot. That one AK-47, two AK-47s, but the one AK-47 Petri doing a lot of work. He does a lot of damage on Aflex as well. He's getting hunted down. Formless won't get the kill though. As Aflex trying his best to do something as Petri and AKS there are answering back. AK is going to fall though. Now it's a 1v2. March is going to be left alone. I don't even know how this round's worked out. I don't know how this round's worked out. Petri, great 2 shots. But SRA getting picked off. I'm not too sure where the first player peeked in as well. Petrichor should be careful. Gets spotted out. He takes a lot of damage as well. 31 HP. Fortunately for him, his teammate's got a gun as well. He's holding an off angle, and Pacho is going to be caught off guard. Expecting Petri to be playing deep inside Firebox. Will be found out. TMG get to double digits. They get to round number 10 off the back of a very strange buy. A very strange buy, which made no sense whatsoever. That is going to break SRA's economy. No cash to work with. Couple of P250s. A flashbang. Lucky walking straight into the blender. AK is going to walk out towards A, and he might be asking for rotation back, but this is crazy. Formless gets taken down by Guru. Formless is having an absolutely abysmal day. And AKS spots out Macho, gets an easy kill. Should be careful though, the people. See these all around. Dancing around with Aflex. And Aflex will finally fall. AKS just playing tap-a-rooney. And Guru though. Another AK-47. He should be able to save it. Rules looking for an exit kill. Petri. Feeling hungry. He's all alone though. If he gets taken down, it's another free kill. Rules will be spotted out. Petri should win this duel. And there you have it. The 11 rounds of TMG to just run one round away from tying things up. And SRA. Double eco would be the call of the hour. If you upgrade pistols, yeah. Guru, matchup. Couple of nades. Guru does have his bought armor for himself, which is fair enough. He's got an AK, and you know it's going to be third round loss bonus with like over 2k in each and every one of them. Should be more than enough to go for a full-fledged buy, but it is going to be the A hit, and this is not going to be easy. Friction, Petrichor, Pasha Sahil waiting to strike. It's going to be Formless again, getting taken down immediately to a P250. AKS does reply back, and AKS needs to find one more kill. He won't get the kill, but the trades will come in, and all of a sudden it's Petri left alone in a 1v1. And look at where Guru is coming in from, and Petri might not be aware of this. He might not know where he's going to be coming in from. He's going to be checking angle, but he's not going to be checking behind him, and Guru's going to get a free kill here. And there you have it, Guru with the frag. TMG walking straight into a stack. And Formless losing a duel to a, I think there was a P2K or a P250, I forget, but TMG really struggling. apart from AKS, he's been playing out of his mind. He's been going for entries as well. And in my books, looking at his lineup at the moment, he is the best player in this team. At least today. And he is always, you know, may not be top ranking all the time, but always in the middle of the leaderboards, maybe second, third, really at the bottom. And problem right now is Formless is not hitting anything in Pashasile. That's the thing. Pashasile is the one player that need to come alive. He has the explosive ability to make things happen, but he's been looking very, very quiet. But that's also what happens when you're playing against a full-fledged team. Not to say that SR haven't made any mistakes, but they've been looking much more clean than some of the rounds that TMG have been playing. And SRA have an op in the hands of Guru. So playing on top of Tobu with a very ballsy angle. Sahil looking to get an opening pick, but he will be smoked off. That's going to keep himself and Petrichor at bay for a while. Bomb is all by its lonesome in the hands of Formless. Was at least playing a very passive angle in case anyone pushes him. He should have the drop on Aflex if Aflex is looking to push him. You have AKS on the lurk. It's like he plays almost every role. He plays the lurk, he plays the entry. Petri's going to get Aflex. Guru replies back. Ox trying to find something. Pachasal is going to get a frag. AKS still holding the line. This is a Mexican standoff here, but he turns around the worst time possible. Lucky's going to get the kill. That was a 3v3. Not too sure why Pachasal is still looking to a jungle while the Molotov was still in effect, bloomed. Guru. Oh, he gets the kill onto Formless, but Formless does get the bomb down. Now Pachasal and Friction have a lot of work to do. Smoke's going to fail, though. Friction. The bomb is planted for him. Can he hold on? Guru's going to find the kill. It's all on Petri. Sorry, Pachasal finds one. Spots on Macho. He actually gets a tag in. Legs him, and Macho's at 15 HP. But the defuse will come in, and SRA will get to round number 14. And TMG, they get the bomb down. Money's still kind of all over the place. They're going to go for the force, but it looks of it. AKS not wasting any time. AK armor, utility just being bought up immediately. Friction by for himself as well, but Formless, Pachasal, and Petri there. Ooh, boy. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Formless going towards T-slope alone. Pachasal just as the Deagle. Couple of Acres, couple of Galils. Good utility and Friction and AKS, but that's about it. Pasha's got a smoke and a flash, but nothing on Formless nor on Petrichor, which could be a problem. Spotting out Aflex, doing a bit of damage. There's a Guru. We'll open things up. Gets the opening pick, catching Formless, walking out towards Tetris. Has been given a very thankless task here. Now AKS getting boosted up to jungle, towards window. Now this could open things up, but Rule spots him out. And Rule's doing quite a bit of damage, and AKS will lose the duel. Gets taken down, and things have gone from bad to pretty horrendous. Your Macho and Lucky looking at chops, waiting. Pasha's going to drop out, and they're going to get completely, utterly mowed down. Lucky is taking the fight of Friction. Friction on hunt him down. He needs to get this kill, and he will indeed, but he's so very low. 6 points of health. Guru, Aflex, and Rules are going to be coming in for the kill. Like hyenas, like scavengers pushing in for a bite of that dish. 15 to 11 for SRA. TMG. Well, they went for the force, so money is gonna be looking rough once more. Although, to be honest, it looked much more one-sided initially. 9-3 was the scoreline earlier on to SRA, so yeah, credit where it's due. TMG did manage to claw back a bit into the game, but SRA stringing this 3 rounds together have completely broken the back of TMG. Guru missing a pretty easy shot. Re-peeking out again. He won't get punished for it. And he's got backup in the form of Lucky. He's playing towards ladder room. Petri should be careful. Flash is going to pop, but Lucky's going to be ready for it, and he's going to get the kill. And they all fall like flies, one by one by one. Formless does get a kill. Picks up an M4 as well. He's taking the fight with Lucky. And he's going to be spotted out, sitting way in the back of the benches. A free kill for Guru. It's all in AKS. Deagle in hand. He's going to find one. This is not going to be easy. Trying to find something. We'll have to go for the reload, but he's getting hunted down. Does a bit more damage. He's doing so much damage, but he will fall in the end to Waveflix, running and gunning with a P250. And that is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. A solid showing coming out from SRA. And for TMG, I mean, AKS doing whatever he could. Petri chiming in as well, but the rest of the team looking very lackluster. And the CD side was truly abysmal, if you ask me. Unfortunate. Well, that's about it from my end here. Thank you for tuning in. We do tune in tomorrow as well for more ESL India Premiership action. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more different teams. We've been seeing a lot of TMG and Too Easy Gaming. Want to see the other teams playing as well in the Masters League. That's it from my end here. I think we have Dota 2 coming up next. My name is Blayo. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep it real.
Alright, so Slaughter Rage Army taking that victory for themselves against Team TMG and still holding their spot at the highest right now at the Challenger League. Of course, now they are going to be playing the Masters League with TMG, so they have a lot of more games lined up for themselves up ahead, so you have nothing much to worry about. Coming up next, we have Dota 2. It's going to be Aggressive Fire going up against Team Akatsuki, and we'll just be right back with that game. Welcome back everybody to the ESL India Premiership winter season, and winter is here, and today we're going to be having Dota 2. It's going to be Aggressive Fire going up against Team Akatsuki. Now these two teams have been part of the ESL India Premiership for quite a while now, so let's hear a little bit more about them. We have Team Akatsuki, who are from Nepal. They have been captained by Madra, who is actually a 19-year-old kid, and he's pretty good because at the ESL India Premiership fall season he even got the rookie award from us, and that was because he just played a hell of a game. There's nothing else to say to that. Then he also believes as a team captain that the major strengths of his teams would be AoE damage and doing a lot of DPS. He likes to go with team-oriented lineups, and it's taken him about 2 years to form this team. Akatsuki as a team have been playing professionally for the past 6 months and are considered one of the top teams in Nepal. Today they play against one of the top teams from India. It's going to be Aggressive Fire, who are the boys from Bombay, and it's going to be a Nepal versus Bombay matchup. Though Akatsuki haven't really won a game against A5, they did get a bye against them in the previous matchup that happened. Now A5 have been the winners of the Mountain Dew 2.0. They were also the finalists of the fall season finale that happened in the ESL India Premiership. So this is going to be a pretty interesting game. I know Akatsuki have a few strategies that they're going to be using since I spoke to their captain in the morning. So let's see what they have in store as we head into the game with our casters from AFK Gaming, and I will see you all right after that.
turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, a big warm welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. We're here for the winter season with Akatsuki taking on Aggressive 5 in Phase 1. I'm CloudX, and with me, a new face, a new voice. Sammy's going to be joining up. What's up, Sammy?
Hi, CloudX. Thanks for having me here. I'm really excited to see what these teams have to show in play between Aggressive 5 and Akatsuki. I'm not very familiar with these two teams, though, but I'm really excited to see what they got up in their sleeve.
Alright, let me help you out with that then. Akatsuki, the team hailing from Nepal, they've made a couple of appearances on the Indian land circuit as well. They've shown some signs of life. Madara being the standout player in their ranks, the one to watch out for is also their drafter. On the other side, Aggressive 5, they are proving to be India's star-studded team right now. They're the only all-Indian roster right now that's actually managed to take games off of Signify. And we personally do consider them to be in the upper echelons of South Asian Dota as well. They've done pretty well on the Southeast Asian circuit as well, even having taken games off of some of the more premier SEA teams every now and then. And what's most impressive about these guys is that they are in it for the game itself and not so much for the money. Multiple conversations with them over post-tournament celebrations and such have revealed that these guys are dedicated to the game and they're playing it for sheer love of the game, and that's the kind of Dota that I love watching myself.
It's good to have some passion for it rather than getting so greedy about it. And now I would like to point out, like, the bans here. I see this is kind of a common ban coming up. Like, I would usually see that in my side. Lich, Necrophos, Venomancer, Viper, they would get banned a lot because, well, they're cancerous as hell. But Monkey King is a pretty new ban for me to see.
So we have seen Aggressive 5 run a lot of Monkey King. Now, a lot of well, it's a running joke actually on the Indian circuit that Aggressive 5 is the green team. They love picking themselves up the Venomancer, the Viper, the Necrophos, even occasionally the Pugna. But one thing that's been ignored here by Akatsuki is that Aggressive 5 also loves that Night Stalker. Pinkman, he's, in my books, he's one of the best 4 positions this country has to offer. And Night Stalker is one of those heroes that fits right into his comfort zone.
So that's actually nice to see. Like, being Night Stalker as the first pick. Usually, would it be like a support Night Stalker these days in this meta?
It's going to be a 4-position support Night Stalker. Pinkman, he's going to be running around the map early on.
Yeah, it seems pretty scary to have a Night Stalker. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I find it like really scary, in my opinion, to have a Night Stalker as like a support. He would be very, very active in the ganks, especially in the mid lane. He will not let the mid laner stay really, really happy at all. He'll definitely push the mid lane away. While on the Akatsuki side, the Clockwork is actually very new for me to see. I haven't seen much of a Clockwork pick before in other metas. But Clockwork is still being played as an offlaner, not as a support, right? Like, usually I did see him before.
Not really. I mean, Clockwork's been the go-to 4 position for most teams on the ESL India Premiership as well. We've seen both Aggressive 5 and Akatsuki run it as the 4-position roaming support role. And I'm willing to bet this is going to be a 4-position support for the Clockwork as well.
Right.
So it's really going to be a battle between the Night Stalker and the Clockwork in the early stages of the game, and especially in the first 4 minutes, or at least post the first 4 minutes when the nighttime kicks in. No brainer here. Aggressive 5, they've got the Venomancer coming through. They're going to pick it up almost immediately. So they're now well in their comfort zone, getting themselves the Venomancer and the Night Stalker as their opening duo. It's usually Negi that plays the Venomancer on the safe lane role, so I'm expecting that to be the case here as well. But we have seen Paddling running the middle lane Venomancer very often as well, so I wouldn't put it past them. Now, what's interesting about Aggressive 5 is that they're playing with a new addition to their roster. Up until now, we saw them play with a player called A35, and A35 was a former Entity Gaming member, one of the better offlaners that this country knows. He left the team. He's moving on to, well, I don't want to say greener pastures, but he's moving on to other pastures, while Aggressive 5 has replaced him with a player called Deliverance, who's also played for some of the top teams in Indian Dota in the past. So it's their debut match on the big stage with their new player, and I'm very excited to see how this plays out.
Oh, that's really nice to see. I mean, I hope that they are able to synchronize with each other with the new player here. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, as you said before, they're actually having fun with the cancerous heroes they actually have up in their sleeves by the Aggressive 5, and they got a chance to pick a Venomancer. Now, Akatsuki side, I actually like the Disruptive pick here. They would go definitely a good combo here with the Clockwork if he's able to stuck somebody within the cogs. So really cool pick here by the Disruptor. And has banned out the Puck for any further kind of combo or wombo combo type. So that's pretty nice. And Akatsuki being banning out the Earthshaker is actually pretty nice to see because he's a very, very staple kind of an initiator to see into the team fight, especially that can complement with the Venomancer's Poison Nova. So definitely a dangerous hero that has been banned out, luckily for Akatsuki, although I don't know how it will really play well with their cards. So let's see how it gets settled out. Aggressive 5 has gone for the Darkseer pick as a ban here. I guess they don't want it to complement the Disruptor and the Clockwork combo for the wall.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that the Darkseer got banned out by Aggressive 5 because it's usually them that like to run the Darkseer alongside the Night Stalker. So, I mean, they're one of their go-to strategies has been to have that off-lane Darkseer, and then at the first 4 minutes, the Night Stalker joins them in the off-lane and runs down a hero under the tier 1 tower with the Iron Shell upon him. So yeah, I'm left scratching my head about this Darkseer ban, but it's probably also because A5 are not looking to pick up something like an Oracle perhaps to deal with the Darkseer in the lane. It's not something that fits into their comfort zone.
True, very true.
Really quick disclaimer, guys. I'm pretty certain you can hear like dogs barking and cats meowing in the background. I assure you, I haven't turned the AFK Gaming Studio into a zoo. It's just a noisy day on the streets, and I'm hoping that it'll clear up in just a bit. Please bear with me while that's happening.
All right, so they picked up Agris 5 has picked up a Rubik here. This is very interesting. I actually like the Rubik pick here, especially when it comes to spells like Doom and the Juggernaut, especially with the Disruptor's ulti. Pretty cunning pick by Agris 5 here. I think they're pretty confident about this. What do you think?
Yeah, so Puzzle and Rubik, it's a match made in heaven. We've seen him play it every now and then. His Rubik, it's not the very playmaking style of Rubik that we're used to seeing on the international circuit. It's the kind of Rubik that's there to disengage and start fights on, well, at the drop of a hat. So I wouldn't expect too many flashy plays coming up from Puzzle. He's sort of like the guiding force and the captain that keeps things calm within their ranks. So while it is a very cheeky pick, and it's definitely a threat for the Juggernaut and the Doom to be wary of, I wouldn't really expect Rubik to be the playmaking, spell-stealing style of Rubik.
Oh, okay. I thought that, you would definitely see Rubik being a bit cunning here with the ganks, and when he's like hitting level 6, he would definitely make some show-stopping plays. Then again, it depends very situationally. Now, yeah. Akatsuki has gone for a Juggernaut pick. It's kind of a liable good pick here compared to the Aggressive 5 because, well, Venomancer and Rubik, they're kind of paper. So, not sure if they're gonna able to handle their own distance, like, maintain their distance and take it as an advantage to stay away from Juggernaut and, use their spells and abilities as much as they can to actually shut down Juggernaut. But with Ursa in their lineup, though, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Ursa does have a lot of damage packing compared to Juggernaut. Then again, it depends on how well they do in the MS of the game. So I'm a bit confused, though. What do you think?
I like the Ursa pick. It's, well, for starters, it's good versus the Juggernaut because, well, Juggernaut's great versus magic damage with the Blade Fury, not so great versus physical damage, aka the Ursa and his Fury swipes. There's also the fact that Doom has no armor to begin with. One of the best ways to deal with that, or rather one of the best ways to exploit that, is to hit him with some more physical damage. What better way than to throw an Ursa into the mix? The problem I see, though, is Ursa is not a hero that's great at taking towers, and here we go. Aggressive 5 with their last big Batrider. They've kind of stunted themselves on tower takedown potential. I mean, a lot of responsibility is going to fall on the Venomancer and those Plague Wards to siege on buildings, but like you said, the Juggernaut, he's really good at closing the gap and bringing down those paper heroes like the Venom and the Rubik.
10 seconds remaining.
So tell me this, who's going to go at the mid lane, though, since Venomancer is here, a viable mid laner, and so is Night Stalker. So, and Mirana has been picked here. This is so nice. I actually like Mirana a lot. So Mirana will be a mid laner for Akatsuki?
Yeah, I think Mirana should be the middle laner for Akatsuki, and we should have Madara running the safe lane on that Juggernaut. Meanwhile, for Aggressive 5, Paddling's picked up the Veno, so I would assume it's him that's going to go towards the middle lane, and then Negi's going to go to the safe lane on that Ursa.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So, pretty nice picks, actually. I really like the picks from both the teams, and Mirana, though, I don't know if she's gonna fare well into this meta. I think that mid lane Mirana is pretty dangerous. Like once she gets her Aghanims and other damage, like damage, pretty huge packed damage items. But yeah, let's see what happens. I'm really thrilled to see this.
I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna be a magic damage Mirana or if it's gonna be a physical DPS Mirana, but I think both have their merits, or rather both have their pros and cons here. It's really going to boil down to personal preference about what Akatsuki likes to run. What's the drawback here for Akatsuki's lineup? I mean, they've got lockdown, they've got tankiness, they've got tanky potential, they've got ways to siege buildings. Can't really say I find too many faults in their lineup. I do like their lineup this game.
If you're talking about the Akatsuki, I think that if Doom falls short of getting his necessary items like the Blink and the Aghanims, if he's getting harassed a lot, then that's where Akatsuki will falter, falling behind within their team. If Ursa is actually well, what can I say? If Ursa is actually fed early, and if he takes advantage of going to the Roshan at the earliest as possible, then they have more power to them, the aggressive 5. But let's see what happens though. And wow, that's a weird mini-map drawing over there. I did not see it. I did not see it. I have not seen it.
NSFW. I mean, we've long since established that the ESL India Premiership stream has become NSFW. I mean, we had a 15-minute destruction yesterday as well. Anyway, A5, I think that last week Batrider does throw a wrench into Akatsuki's plans, because the only real drawback that I can see on Akatsuki's lineup is the fact that they don't have too many ways to deal with the lasso. There is the Glimpse. Glimpse, of course, does have a bit of a cast time and a travel time before it kicks in. So I'm not sure how reliable that is versus a Batrider that blinks, lassos, and force staffs back. And eventually, if this game does hit the late game stage and Deliverance picks up a BKB on that bat, it's unlikely that they can stop any hero from getting taken away with the lasso. So I think that's the one key threat that Akatsuki doesn't have too many responses to. And, you know, the way to compensate for that is to pick up items like the Lincoln Sphere or maybe the Lotus Orb or such.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely a Lincoln Sphere is definitely a must for Doom here. Doom's ulti is definitely scary to have faced against. For Ursa, for Venomancer. I'm just actually curious like how Batrider will be able to handle against the Juggernaut though. Will he be able to harass Juggernaut really well using his stats? Let's see about that. Mirana, I'm actually really excited about what kind of a Mirana will this be played. Very versatile of a hero to be quite honest. So, yeah.
It does look like a mid Mirana. He's been pulled 2 tangos.
Yeah.
And has the Fairy Fire, but right now Akatsuki is just all over the place. I mean, this looks like a support clockwork. He did start off with the boots, but then again he has a tango pulled over towards him. And look at this. He chose to skill up the battery assault. This is just... I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. That's going to be his death, I assume. He does have the boots though.
He's gonna die. Oh, then I guess he can make it.
Well, there's no poison sting, but the Venomous Gale is coming back in 6 seconds. One more hit will do it. Never mind, he's out of there.
Man, a bit greedy, but he's definitely gonna go for the pursuit. He's gonna go for this though. Oh wow, okay, no, he popped up his clarity. He wants to see if he can go way further than this, but Clockwork having the boots though, he has the speed up on his side. So, Pigman was a bit greedy at this point, a little bit greedy, but he's gonna back away. Oh no, the Disruptor comes in, shows up his face. It's definitely gonna make him a bit intimidated though, but he's gonna walk back to the mid lane. Oh wow, he's gonna walk to the mid lane and see if he can prove, like, you know, put some beating to Mirana, I guess. Or wait, he's circling around.
Yeah, this is just, it's classic Pinkman. He's just going to stick around and apply pressure towards the middle and the bottom lanes now. We shouldn't see him rotating up towards the top side. What Pinkman usually likes to do is sit around near the bounty rune on the top shrine and just harass out the enemy offlaner. But look at this, great rotation coming out from Uchiha Pikachu this time around. He's going to go in on Pasol, who's overstepped his boundaries. Pasol's being run down by the Battery Assault and the Scorched Earth. There's no Orb of Venom on either of these two heroes, but Pasol's still going to die because Clock's got the boots and Pasol doesn't. So that's first blood. Uchiha Pikachu is going to claim the money for it. And that'll put Akatsuki in the driver's seat for the first few minutes of this game. But as I say that, middle lane,
and the middle lane,
a bit of a beating.
Yeah, middle lane, well, she was definitely in a tight spot here with almost getting sandwiched by the Venomancer and the Night Stalker. Whoa, hold on, Night Stalker is definitely being a bit intimidating here. He's definitely trying to prove a bit of a scare to Mirana, but Mirana is standing steadfast and tall. Oh wow, no, she got the Gale from it, but not sure if they're gonna go chase this one. No, Night Stalker was being a bit greedy. Does he always play like this? Oh, wait, he's from aggressive 5, of course. He's being a bit aggressive here.
His entire job at this point is to ensure that Mirana runs out of consumables faster than Paddling does. This gives Paddling the upper hand in the laning stage, and because of that, Paddling's already pulling ahead in terms of CS as well. He's at 10-2, Mirana sitting at 6-1. I think Pikman's done his job.
Yeah, Pigman did a good job actually. I already feel so scared. If I were Mirana, I would be feeling so scared right now, even in the mid lane, with the Nicer coming in, popping in like that at the sides of the trees or in the middle of the river, and securing the runes like that. That would definitely, mentally would put me a lot of setback here. But if Stanin, if the Mirana can handle her composure, I guess he's fine. So at the top lane, let's see. Doom is like actually out of mana. Definitely not gonna go fight against the Ursa. Ursa is being again intimidating at this point though. But it seems like he's trying to get the creeps up to his sides into the melee. So not sure if he's gonna fare well into the Blastids though. But Ursa is definitely giving him beating.
So Negi on the Ursa does have the movement speed advantage here. It's just a 20 move speed advantage that he has, but that's more than enough to actually zone out Axel on the Doom. Because he can walk up to him and get that Fury Stripe hit off, and Axel can't really do much about it but just stand in the face and take it. Axel's best bet is to take the bounty runes every 2 minutes and to ensure that he's farming the jungle as efficiently as he can while the creep wave keeps coming back to his tower. He's got that sentry ward placed down on the small camp, so the pulls get a little bit harder for A5. And if the pull does happen from the hard camp over here, he can always stand on the low ground and leech EXP. So I think Axel's doing fine on this top lane for now. And there's really not too many ways for him to die here, except for if they jump him like this. Basol's gonna get a few more hits off, then the lift. They've got Negi walking in, the Earth Shock, the slow coming out from the Void as well, and the Axel looks like it could be a tough customer to take down, but he does go down nonetheless.
Wow, he kind of like, pushed up his territories a bit more than this, than his own threshold. So he should have played a bit safe, but I guess, if the supports are going to play like this, Rubik is definitely a nasty of a hero to actually face against because of his stun, locking you down like that, pretty dangerous to be in. But he tried to play safe as much as possible as an offlaner, so yeah, I guess there's nothing much you can do. At the bot lane here, we see that Clockwork and Batrider are trying to secure the rune here. Clockwork was able to get the rune from the Deliverance. Deliverance is now without any mana. He has to go back to base probably, not able to secure the rune as well. While the Night Stalker, he was able to secure the Illusion rune, but there's no Mirana in the mid lane. Mirana was at the base.
Batrider is definitely not having a good game here. I mean, he's up level 3, sure, and while he hasn't died, he hasn't managed to get too much farm going for himself either. He's at just 7 CS. He's got his Tranquil Boots, but there's no stacks in the jungle for him to clean up either. Mid, could we see an engagement here? I mean, the Clockwork is rotating in. And Redmancer doesn't really have a way out if he finds the wraparound on him, so... Paddling, I think he's got to play carefully and cautiously. And he knows this. He's actually taken a solo melee creep onto the high ground to try and reset the creep equilibrium here. Not bad at all.
Look at the Rubik though. He's trying to keep the Doom zoned out as much as possible, even if he doesn't really care about taking the hits from the creeps or anything like that. He's trying to stand tall against the Doom, definitely putting the Doom up, up at his tippy toes. And Night Stalker coming into the top side like that, Doom actually feels really intimidated. He doesn't know whether he should go any further than this because he knows that even under the trees, he's gonna get ganked like that. Night Stalker already in position. He's definitely trying to see if there's any opportunity to get the Doom though. Doom is actually hiding in the trees. Rubik being so aggressive, high and tall. They're gonna look for him in the trees, and I think they do find it. Hold on, are they gonna chase him to him? Oh wait, okay, they're able to corner him right now, but Disruptor comes into the fight. But hold on, it's too late for the Doom to go down right now. They're able to get this, and now Disruptor already making a regret of his choice, so he's gonna go down as well. Not even the Kinetic Field will save him from this.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, he did use the scan to tag the Night Stalker near the secret shop area, but unfortunately, A5 just diving deep in there, using that Hunter in the Night flying vision and flying movement from Pinkman to move over the trees, spotting out the Doom. Disruptor, I'm pretty certain by the time he started his TP, he knew it was too late. He might have just considered cancelling it for his own good. Instead, he joins his ally to die over there. Meanwhile, mid lane, the same story, different day. You've got Paddling zoning out that Mirana every now and then, but fortunately enough, Mirana's managed to pull back in terms of CS. She's at 35 CS, while Paddling's at 34. However, Mirana has taken a hell of a beating.
Yeah, the Gale damage really did a number on her. She has to heal up as much as she could. At the bot lane, let's see how Juggernaut is faring well against the Batrider. Batrider seems to be doing fine compared to Juggernaut though. Definitely providing some harassments for not letting him farm properly. But will he go for the chase though? The stack is definitely up, but Disruptor shows up and definitely gonna push him away. So good zoning out. Yeah.
You got Pinkman with the Arcane Rune actually running at Mirana, but while he doesn't go for the kill, he doesn't entirely commit for the kill, he does manage to force out a TP rotation, a useless TP rotation from the Clockwork. That's another bunch of time and space wasted on the side of Akatsuki, while Pinkman just continues to cause all sorts of chaos on the map. Look at this, he's walked up to Axel, even forces him to use a Scorched Earth preemptively before backing away.
Wow.
Now he could be trapped. We've got Uchiha Pikachu coming in. Never mind, says Pinkman, just flats his wings and flies away.
He flew away from the cogs. Look at that. That's really nice. Well, I thought that he was gonna go mano a mano against the Doom though. I thought he was gonna commit to that, but seeing that Clockwork would come in, I guess he just had to get out. Clockwork coming in, cutting the shortcut for the Venomancer, cornering him, but couldn't cog him in. However, Mirana does not actually pursue the kill, so I think both the Clockwork and the Mirana have to back off. Pinkman going at the bot lane, kind of being a bit scary as much as possible. He's gonna go around, cut it short into the lane here at the bot, and he sees the Juggernaut. Will the Bat Rider actually provide support though? Whoa, he got glimpsed back from the Kinetic field. Will they pursue this? Juggernaut definitely is using the Blade Fury though. He's gonna go for the chase, but August is gonna go down first by the Night Stalker. Now, Bat Rider will start chasing for the Juggernaut though. Will he go for this one? No, the Juggernaut will use his Omni Stance, but oh, to what avail? Can he get the kill? No, he's gonna go back. This Firefly is definitely doing a huge damage on this one. But the Clockwork just joined. Oh my god, that arrow just connected so well on the Night Stalker. Night Stalker has overpushed his boundaries and has to go down right now with the Starfall. And Madara taking down the Bat Rider as well, along with them. 2 heroes down for the aggressive 5. Overstepping his boundaries, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they were expecting an entire army of 4 heroes to rotate towards the bottom lane, and they did get punished for that. Sure, they ended up getting the 1 kill on the Disruptor, but it was totally not worth it, losing both your Bat Rider as well as your Night Stalker for it. Unfortunately for Pinkman, Daytime kicked in somewhere in the middle of that gank, and that really slowed him down and reduced his efficacy. But Deliverance getting killed off again, that's going to put a dent into his plans again, because that means his Blink Dagger is going to be delayed significantly. He's not even going for Blink, he's just opting to switch things up, getting the Drums of Endurance first and then following it up with the Blink Dagger after.
But why would he go the Drums first though? I mean, is it because like he's been set back into the from getting the Blink further?
Not really.
The death he had?
Drums is pretty standard actually on the Bat Rider first, because if I'm not mistaken, Wings actually started that somewhere around TI5, or was it TI6?
Oh,
memory
right.
A little dodgy, but either way, they started it because it's very likely that your opponents are going to be holding on to their big ticket disables to get rid of the Bat Rider lasso, and if you put all your eggs into the Blink lasso basket, it's very easy to simply focus and watch out for him. Instead, you have the Bat Rider tanking up with some mobility and
mid lane. Mirana using the Moonlight, sorry to have to cut you there. Mirana was actually getting a lot of beating from Venomancer, but whoa, she died actually because of the Gale damage. Whoa, the mid lane Venomancer was definitely giving her a lot of beating for the Mirana, and she had to die down. Even the Moonlight couldn't save her. Top lane, you see that Rubik has definitely, Rubik was definitely playing around with Axel though. Whoa, hold on, the Clockwork using the Cog though, hold on, the Doom actually was able to Doom the Ursa. Will Ursa get away with this? No, even his buddy Rubik will not save him and he had to die down. Negi dies down. Whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, Aggressive 5 are taking some good kills across the map, but they're ending up losing some of their own. While they did get the solo kill in the middle lane on the Mirana, they end up losing Negi, so taking out a core but losing one of your own, I don't think that's a good trade for Aggressive 5 at all. Akatsuki are definitely showing some signs of life here, and if they keep this up, then mid-game is going to be significantly easier. Because we talked about how their heroes aren't really, well, they're not the squishiest lot. The only squishy hero on the side of Akatsuki's lineup is the Disruptor. Mirana's fairly mobile, so I wouldn't count it.
Hold on, top lane. Doom is actually being Fury swiped out by the Ursa though. Whoa, what dread? He was definitely overstepping his boundaries towards the dire side, the aggressive 5 side. Ursa just jumped into the fight and be like, yo, Doom, get the hell out.
Battling. I wonder if he's going to be in trouble next, because we have a Clockwork rotating in. Unfortunately, Uchiha Pikachu is not at level 6 just yet. His hook shot isn't available, but he's going to pop a solo smoke here to try and find this wraparound. The last time Paddling tried to get jumped upon, he had the Venomous Gale to slow down Uchiha Pikachu, and again, this time, the smoke is dispelled and the gank is thwarted.
Wow, Venomous is pretty cunning about this.
This could be Axel's death once again. They're going to whack him with a Fury Swipe, smacking him on the back of his head as he runs. One more hit ought to do it. Negi will be there to ensure that it happens, while Uchiha Pikachu comes in with the cogs, catches Muscle. Negi though, with a Blink Dagger freshly purchased, blinks into the cogs to try and help his ally, but gets pushed back with the cogs once again. He's been stunned by an arrow on the way in, and ends up losing his life. Why? He'll take that kill, thus tipping the scales back in favor of Akatsuki.
I think that Mirana seemed like she found an opportunity to go and see like what the hell is going on at the top lane, and obviously like, you know, this was kind of a messed up fight actually. Ursa and Rubik going way towards the Akatsuki side. I think they're being, I don't know, a bit way too aggressive for here. Hold on thought. Venomancer again, definitely chasing on the Disruptor though. Whoa, the last is in the double damage. Really did a number on him. Not even the kind of kill would save him at all.
Disruptor walking in to try and pick up the DD rune in the face of the Venomancer, but A5, they're gonna put the pedal to the metal here, popping a smoke on the bottom side with 2 supports and a core, looking for a pick-off on Madara, but a well-timed Moonlight Shadow might allow them to get away, but that Moonlight Shadow was for paddling. He's gonna get caught up in the middle lane with the cogs. He does throw down the Venomous Gale on his way out of here. He will be taken down. Wise gonna claim that kill. And on the bottom lane, Madara could be the one in top there. You've got Ursa walking towards him. They have the lift at the ready. They have vision of him courtesy that Observer Ward as well, but they're choosing not to go.
So do you think it's a bit of a delay gank though? Should they really stay here for any longer, or should they be focusing on some other lanes here? Because Ursa is here. He has his blink. Would he really go and commit for this one though? I think that they should, because well, they don't wanna. Oh wow, they use the scan here, but will they go for this one? Juggernaut cleverly TP's out. Batter was a bit too late to jump into the fight, and so did Ursa. They had the blink, they could have gone for it, but I guess, you know, they were pretty unsure who else would be backing up for Juggernaut.
Yeah, sorry about that. Had to quickly step away to get the door because someone decided it's a good time to deliver cat food now. Either way, A5. Bottom lane. Tower seems to be theirs for the taking, but the arrow! It's tag deliverance. He's going to take a double star storm after. Wild gonna get up onto a killing spree with that. This is what Akatsuki needs. They're finding a tier 1 tower on the top lane of their own. Sure, they've lost the tier 1 at the bottom lane, on the middle lane, but they did defend the tier 1 at bot. Meanwhile, hook shot in, you've got deliverance. Sorry, Fasol getting caught out. A stolen battery assault, but it only delays the inevitable, which is why coming in and claiming a double kill for himself.
I really like how the hookshot got connected. Yeah, sorry, go on.
You know, I was doubting what Akatsuki could have done here versus aggressive fight, but they're showing that there are no walkovers, no pushovers here.
Hold on. Why, the Mirana is definitely getting cornered here, but whoa, she got her comrades though. Venomancer using the ulti. However, the Doom has been used onto Venomancer though to pay for whatever he has done for being so annoying. But, hold on, Mirana will not get so easily off the hook here by the Ursa. The conscience of the Ursa is now going upon the Axel. Axel will go down, and so will the clockwork. All 5 are here.
This is not a good move from Akatsuki. What happened in that fight is the Venomancer managed to get the Venomous Gale and the Poison Nova off, post which the Doom decided to commit the Doom on him. That was a useless Doom, spent on paddling, who'd already done his job. Once the Doom was expended wastefully, that's aggressive 5's cue to just go in and make havoc, cause all sorts of havoc. And Negi's Blink Dagger allows him to get that 3-man Earth Shock, which essentially sets up a real series of disasters. But Negi immediately moving on to the next objective, he's moved into the Rush Pit, but they know. They most definitely know, with the Rocket Flare tagging Negi there, he needs to bail.
Well, that's a bit of a risky time right now to actually go into the Roshan like that. I think he should have gone with the smoke. But hold on, we see that Uchiha Pikachu using the Rocket Flare now, but will he get any vision on the Ursa? No, he's not. He's definitely not gonna go be aggressive at this point. Ursa will have to contemplate and make up for the Roshan timeout, so he's gonna farm around the NCs. So, what do you think? They're gonna go farm right now, or should they go for another aggression kind of gank? They do spot a hero at top lane. They do see Pink Fan. So, what do you think? Should they go commit for this?
It is nighttime, but daytime kicks in the next 6 seconds. This is actually a good movement for Akatsuki to pop a smoke and make a play of their own. August does have a smoke available, and Clockwork's got the hook shot online as well. I think it's time for them to go. Alright, they're gonna leave August out of this. Sorry, they're gonna leave Pikachu out of this gank. It just goes straight with the Juggernaut and the Disruptor. Kinetic Field to start things off. The phase boots are there, but it doesn't allow him to get away from the glimpse. Pikmin gonna end up losing his life here. The question is, will they commit an Omni Slash as well? The answer is no.
It wasn't really needed, actually. I really liked how Disruptor had to be the first to show his face and be like, yo, Peekaboo, I see you. And he's just popped to the Kinetic Field like that because, well, there's no way that Night Server can get out of this one, not even with his wings. Oh, and in the mid lane though, Doom is definitely trying to TP out. Whoa, not even like Mirana could save him though. Doom goes down, and so will the Mirana, taking the Passel out of the battle here as well. Wow, what a fight. And now, hold on.
He's not done just yet. Managed to catch paddling, and I think Madara should be able to slice him to bits. They kind of goofed up on the Blade Fury there. The cogs ended up pushing paddling further back because of his own 4 stuff, and that allows him to get away.
Well, this was a bit of a messed up fight here. I mean, 2 heroes for 1. The Akatsuki didn't really lose much. The Mirana tried her best to save, but Doom trying to TP out of that one was in a messy situation, getting cornered by 2 to 3 heroes like that. Now we see that Aggressive 5 has smoked up. They're gonna go for the top lane and see if they want to group up with Ursa. Should they group up with Ursa and go for the NC on the on the top lane to see if Doom is there or something?
I guess. I mean, right now, Aggressive 5, they are in the driver's seat. They have managed to get themselves a few additional kills of late, and they still have the darkness available for Pinkman. Might be a good idea to try and siege that tier 1 tower with Plague Wards. You've got to worry about the Clockwork jumping in, though. I think that's the real threat for Aggressive 5. Getting initiated upon by a Clockwork and then followed up by a Doom running in at you. At this point, the only way Aggressive 5 wins a team fight convincingly is if the Venomancer manages to connect the Poison Nova on multiple heroes before the Doom gets to him. That'll allow Negi to go ham in the team fight as well with his Blink Dagger, and that's really the only way they should be looking to set up team fights. Problem is, with the Clockwork providing vision courtesy the Rocket Flare, it gets significantly harder for the Venom to stay out of battle.
Hold on though. Could we see a clash here by the Night Stalker? Night Stalker jumps into the fight with the Disruptor. Disruptor using the glimpse away so to see if he can be safe, but no, he just got stunned by the Negi.
This is bad though.
And now who's next? Oh wow. Yeah, the glimpse away, but the Doom just got cancelled by his TP though, and Negi just comes up showing another battles here. And now, so will the Clockwork have to die as well. 3 heroes down for the Akatsuki. They got really caught out at this point. Really caught out.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate. I mean, Pasol walking in and stealing the glimpse was the icing on the cake there. They managed to cancel out the Doom's TP with that stolen glimpse, and well, you had the Clockwork jumping in to try and save the Doom while that was happening. Turns out both of them end up dying. That's free Roshan to be taken over by Negi. That'll be an Aegis in his back. Another layer of security added to his life.
Well, he finally got his Aegis. Because he did try to get it before, right? But because of the vision, he just couldn't. But now they were able to secure a couple of the kills from the Akatsuki. This was a good time to get the Roshan. Mirana, though, with this loss, she tried to see if she can get the bot lane, but not much. She was able to do some damage on the tower, but it didn't really compensate for the heroes that had to die in the mid lane.
Quick item check on the side of Akatsuki. We've got 2 Mantis cells coming out, one on Madara and one on Y. Mirana and Juggernaut respectively picking up their Mantas. Not entirely sure if those were necessary, considering Pinkman's the only reason they want a Mantis cell. That is, of course, to dispel the crippling fear silence. You probably want to consider getting that Diffusal Blade first this game on Madara. They're really lacking on offensive potential, and maybe the Diffusal Blade would have helped in that department. Mirana, on the other hand, I don't know if the Mantis Cell was really the best choice for her. I mean, I'd have liked to see an early Diffusal Blade, or heck, even a Maelstrom to try and accelerate her farm rate this game. But either way, if they can manage to stay away from the team fight long enough, they might be able to dish out a fair bit of damage.
I think that what Mirana was trying to do is that she wanted to go for a more push strategy, like to rat out, instead of going for items like Aghanim's, the Maelstrom. I'm not sure. Like, I guess that's what she must have thought. So yeah. But the Juggernaut, he picked up the Manta as well. I think that both Mirana and Juggernaut actually agreed to go for Manta, and they wanted to see if they can actually go and rat the towers out, if they can provide some distraction, creating space for each other. Now we see that the Moonlight Shot has been used here to see if they can actually find a hero within the jungle of the Aggressive 5 side, but it was kind of a fail here. They are not able to find anybody, and it's a high time they have gotten the mid tower A5. While on the A5 though, they are already advancing to the bot lane, creating a lot of pressure here. Negi is definitely confident, standing high and tall, with the Aegis up in his sleeves, and they're gonna casually get the tower. Venomancer will be providing some support using the Venomars. Definitely this tower will go down pretty easily. Now we see some rotations coming up here. The Bad Rider using the lasso, definitely connecting well on the Doom though. Clockwork was missing out his hook shot though. And whoa, the Omnisus comes in. Night Stalker will fly away. Definitely not gonna get died out here. But hold on, is he making a mistake coming back to here? No, wait, no, Juggernaut will come here and get the Rubik. Whoa, hold on, he was too late to use the Omnislash steal, but So good rotation coming from the A5 actually trying to defend the mid tower. They will not let him have it, while Venomancer was able to get a chance. Oh, was it Venomancer or Ursa? Ursa was able to get a chance, and Venomancer as well, to get the bot tower. Good destruction, good space creation here by the A5.
Yeah, aggressive 5. They do end up scoring a kill on the Juggernaut, getting a tier 2 tower, and now Negi once more goes in on Axel, uses that diffusal blade and finds a freebie. He's still got that Aegis, by the way, let's not forget about that, so he can afford to make ballsy plays like these. I like what Aggressive 5 has been doing over the last couple of minutes. They've kind of taken control of the pace of this game. They're making sure that Akatsuki plays to their tempo and dances to their tunes. And that's really the way that Aggressive 5 ends up pulling ahead in most of their matchups. They've got themselves that blink on the Batrider. That's an ever-looming threat that Akatsuki is going to have to deal with. It was bad enough that the Clockwork missed on the hook shot in that last fight, and it was even worse that they decided to overcommit after he missed that hook shot. I think that was the cue for Akatsuki to cut their losses and bail.
Yeah, it was a good decision by the Clockwork to actually get away and not cause any more deaths. Like, there's like already a lot of casualties for them in past some time ago. But having the Juggernaut die though, their main carry, it's a bit of a loss here. Like, you know, a bit of a disadvantage coming from the Akatsuki side. I was hoping that Juggernaut would not be so aggressive to fight in the middle of 3. I mean, I think that he relied on his Omni Slash damage a lot, but it wasn't really enough.
Paddling. He's got himself that Hurricane fight finished up in addition to the Boots of Travels and the Midas. So Aggressive 5 are not worried to take this game too late, but meanwhile Moonlight Shadows pop. Doesn't matter, there's a dust available from Pinkman. Why is gonna end up losing his life there? A5 will claim the kill, and Pinkman will be the one to take the money for it. He's got himself a hood, by the way, on this Night Stalker, so he's rather tanky at this point.
Why was Mirana doing in the top, the bot lane in? Was she trying to get the tower?
I think she was just trying to split push and cause a diversion, while Aggressive 5 looked like they were grouping up on the top side.
Okay, the Aegis has expired just now. Ursa is now without the Aegis. Is definitely gonna go and see if there's gonna be any more kills around here, but I guess they do not see any heroes, so the coast is clear for the A5. With this, I think they're just pretty confident enough to take the second tower in the mid lane for A5 though. But it seems like their Akatsuki is gonna trade for it. Are they sure they're gonna go for this?
I mean, what can they trade for? There's no tower on the top side anyway, so they're just pushing and giving momentum to the top side of the map. A5 are not willing to let that barracks go for free, not willing to let their tower take some damage for free, so they're gonna move themselves up top and slow things down. Again, I completely agree with this decision from Aggressive 5. It's not like they're on a clock. They've got enough potency in the late game stages to take the fight to Akatsuki, and they're in no real rush to end it right now.
True. I guess they have to wait for another Roshan, and until then they're just gonna keep fighting, or maybe they can find a pick-off here and there in the Akatsuki side. Now, I was just wondering though, will this split push strategy fare well for the Akatsuki? I mean, both the Juggernaut and the Mirana have got the Manta, but will they be able to rely on each other to create space for one another and see if they can get a structure here and there? I'm not sure. What do you think? You see that smoke is here.
I mean, it's classic bait and switch Dota, right? You could put the Mirana on one side, let the Juggernaut farm elsewhere, or vice versa. They gotta smoke up and move. All they're really gonna find is a courier with a usual blade and a blade of Lacquery on it. At least tell that the courier they won't get Madara. Oh, actually Madara has no TP available. Oh, he's been spotted! They saw him, and they have the lasso as well. There's a Moonlight Shadow, a stolen Moonlight Shadow, by the way, that's been used by Paso, which will secure them another kill. So that's as valuable as a smoke can could get. They not only get the courier, they put the courier down for a quick 3 minutes, and they also get the kill on the one position hero on the side of Akatsuki.
So this goes to show how behind Juggernaut is right now, and Juggernaut is like I would say that one of the weakest in the Akatsuki right now, because he's been so set back, getting caught out like this, especially with that one slip up he had to face in the mid lane. He needs to really recover his losses. He needs to get his blink fast. He's actually, I see the blink is in on his quick buy. He really considers to go for a blink rather than completing his diffusal blade. What do you think of this decision?
He's actually completed the diffusal blade. It was on the courier.
Oh really? Oh okay. He couldn't get it. So wow, what a disadvantage though. Oh my gosh. Now that really sets him back for longer than 2 minutes now. Oh boy, he screwed up this time.
He sure did, and well, at least the Blink's making some. The Doombringer's making some progress. He's picked up a Blink dagger for himself. He's still lacking any sort of armor. I mean, he's got 2 armor. That's nothing at level 13 right now. And Ursa is definitely just smacking his lips looking at that. Problem is, if the Venomancer does get shut down with the Blink and the Doom, it leaves the Ursa free to run around the map and do what he pleases. He's also finished up a PKB on this Ursa, so there's a lot more magic immunity coming out, especially in the face of the Disruptor and to a certain extent the Mirana as well. But I'm wondering if a Linkens would have been the better choice for this Ursa this game.
I think that I don't see him getting doomed as so often compared to the other heroes. But then yeah, he could have gone for the Lingosphere. But I guess he will rely on getting the Aegis. If he stands tall with the Aegis, he's not really that much afraid to go for a commitment of getting Lingosphere. However, I would definitely suggest as well, I would agree with you that he should get the Lingosphere as well. But BKB definitely nulls out the Disruptor's ulti. Definitely nulls it out. Unless Disruptor gets it Aghanim still. But he's not gonna go for that. That's a long stretch. He's gonna go for Staff.
Well, looks like they're poised and ready to take another fight on the top side of the map. Paddling does have the boots of travels if he wants to join his allies up top. And look at this, Akatsuki being a little ballsy here, going in with the Moonlight Shadow to try and start the fight, but the Sentry Board watching their movements, the lasso on the Axel, there's the static bomb thrown down by the Disruptor, the managed to catch out one, but Negi comes in, beating his chest like King Kong himself, and he brings down Axel. Why did get the unpicked in the meanwhile elsewhere? You got Venomancer doing some work. Why gets himself a double but ends up losing his life at the end of it all? It's a 3-for-3 trade, but it doesn't look like it's over just yet as Madara is trying to TP out. Okay, so does he want to deny Madara, or is he going to die in the fountain here? Madara even going to use a Blade to avoid a tick of damage from the Poison Sting. I'd say that fight kind of goes okay for Akatsuki. They end up trading evenly. They bring down the Ursa, which is a big deal in itself, but they do end up losing their tier 2 tower.
Well, yeah, there's a bit of a sacrifice they kind of had to make. I mean, yeah, they had to lose 3 of their heroes and the tower adding to that. But with such net worth coming from the A side, I think this is a big feat for Akatsuki to actually recover from. So this does give them the leverage they actually really need. But how well they can really use this leverage, it really is up to them. Let's just hope they don't do any more screw-ups to really keep consistent within this game. But Ursa though, that BKB didn't really save him.
Yeah, it really didn't. I mean, he got overzealous just running in after a Doom with that BKB pop. Not entirely sure who brought him down. Apparently it was the Mirana, so she ends up getting the wicked 6 streak off of him, along with the kill on the clock for the extra goal. That's a lot of money changing hands. And now they've got 2 diffusing blades, one on the Mirana, one on the Juggernaut as well. So they've got a bit more control going into these next 2 team fights. They might be ready to contest Rosh. After all, this is a choke point, and the choke point is the perfect place to be if you're a Disruptor. Doom was available, but he cancelled the animation midway through it, and he ends up paying for it with the ultimate price. Negi gets the kill on 1, moves forward and shoots up on August. The lasso holds down Y, and Y is not going to be alive any longer either. Negi with the triple. Madara is going to be able to escape here. You know, if there was any doubt about whether or not Akatsuki had a semblance of recovery coming out in that last fight, the answer is no. Negi's even gonna get an Aegis after that.
So as I said before, as long as they're consistent with, you know, keeping up the fights like this, they would actually steer clear of
Clock?
it. But apparently,
It's gone to the
apparently the clock.
Negi's already out of
No, okay, well, he tried so hard to get the Aegis steal. Oh my god. Okay, he's like, okay, I cannot get the Aegis. He's not gonna get his daybreak.
That was brilliant. Deliverance actually force-staffed him out of the Rosh pit. So the Bat tried to use his force-staff to push out the Clockwork out of the pit, and that secured the Aegis for Negi. Unreal.
Unbelievable. That is so unbelievable. Very cunning play coming from Deliverance though. That's why you need those leverages like the force and the blink to actually, you know, use the mobility to the advantage. But yeah, as I was saying before, like Akatsuki, if they were consistent in keeping up the kills like this, they could have like, you know, stand tall in this game. But with that aggression coming towards the Roshan, they actually really wanted to stop the Roshan from happening. However, they had to pay for it for their lives, and Aggressive 5 actually was able to excel from it. Clockwork was the last man standing, trying to see if he can steal the Aegis from the A5, but he tried so hard, but Batrider was so outwitting the Clockwork, which they really did a good job. They were able to understand, I think, their moves, So really good play by A5, but really nice try by Akatsuki as well.
Well, all eyes on Deliverance after that play. He's looking for more and he's going forward with the lasso activated, or rather at the ready. Blink lasso available if they want to commit with this. Standing wide would be the prime target to be picked up. And you do see the disruptor standing all the way back, ready to cancel with the glimpse, but he's just out of range. The lasso was there, and it brings in Madara. He pops a Manta, pops a Blade Fury, and makes a run for it. But the Poison Seed, Venomous Gale, and Poison Nova all hit him. He should end up dying on the backline. Well, why? He's fighting his way through all of this. There's the Doom on the Venomancer, the Clockwork comes into the hook shot. While Axel was on the front lines, a late BKB gets popped by Negi, who ends up getting the kill on Axel after all. And this is after the tier 3 tower's gone down. Clockwork's next on the hit list. A stolen Doom gets thrown onto the Juggernaut. This is just throwing salt into Akatsuki's wounds, as Negi and Thor will come back to break the buildings.
So brutal, so absolutely brutal. This is what I was talking about, the Rubik stealing the kill, like, you know, the spells like that really changes the game. But then again, it was really not changing. But hold on, Negi will be able to, like, you know, sacrifice his Aegis. Mirana jumps into the fight, definitely try to see if he can get a kill on the Night Stalker, and she did, very standing high and tall. But however, Ursa will cause mayhem. However, Madara comes in, joins the fight, and kills out the Rubik after all. But Mirana, though, she's trying to defend this, but trying to, like, you know, neutralize the Ursa. Ursa is, like, not giving a damn. He will get the rags halfway through, and he has to pay for his life.
But that's a full 5-man wipe. A full 5-man wipe on the side of A5. 4,000 gold going in favor of Akatsuki after that fight. 12,000 EXP going in their favor. This is some unreal exchanges coming out. You know, if you have to sacrifice a barracks on the side of Akatsuki, this is the best possible trade-off you could have gotten. I don't think they should be too upset about losing just one lane of barracks after that one, because this is definitely a comeback in the making. If, and of course, if only they can play their cards right.
Well, if they're not that very aggressive towards it, I guess they can. We see that there are some TPs coming up for the defense, though. Madara trying to be aggressive, but he got the gale out of that one. Using the Blade Free, he will try out, but Moonlight will be there to save them and disengage from the fight. However, Rubik, very courageous. He will come in and show his face, though, but he will definitely get a lot of beating, though. Doom will be able to get the kill on Rubik, I think. No, it was Mirana who did. But however, Badrida will avenge for his buddy, will definitely lasso on the Doom, and he will have to pay for his life as well.
Still not done though. With the movement speed in the night time, they're still chasing Pinkman. Forward like a freight train about to hit its target. But Akatsuki manages to back away. They end up scoring a couple of kills here. They end up losing their Doom, but they don't quite get that tier 2 tower, which is what they came for in the first place. They've still lost that one melee barrack on the bottom lane, and well, the shrines are now exposed as well, so Aggressive 5 has a lot more wiggle room.
True. I'm not sure if a few of these fights will really cause them much of a loss unless they keep constantly going for this. But Akatsuki really needs to be a bit more careful now that half the racks on the top lane is gone. Maybe they need to take advantage of the Roshan this time, and with the cheese available for them. They will not have to. It is imperative that they should not let Ursa get the Roshan this time.
Yeah, absolutely agree. It's one of those moments where Akatsuki is in a position to contest that Rosh, but only if they can keep their top lane pushed out, because you don't want to give up a free range barracks while they're trying to defend or contest Roshan.
True, very true. Now we see that Mirana at the top lane. She's trying to put a lot of pressure here. Okay, then did you just see this? She took the split arrows actually. She took the multi-shot arrows instead of going for attack speed. Going with the split push strategy, don't you think that she needed this attack speed to actually, hit really well for the heroes instead of going for more lockdown than they already have?
I'm not really a big fan of the leap attack speed talent at level 25.
Oh.
Hold
on. Top lane, Night Stalker getting a bit beating from the Mirana though. Mirana will pop her ulti, pop her ulti and the Manta, but however, she's gonna TP out with the Venomancer coming in, using the poison of. Oh, hold on, Rubik just did. So he stopped the TP though, and Mirana has to pay it for her life. Wow, what a trade-off here.
That was totally not worth it for the Mirana. I mean, sure, she gets a little more gold, but that's the one position on the side of Akatsuki. Sorry, the two positions that end up going down on the side of Akatsuki. All for what? A Night Stalker who's going to respawn in 30 seconds anyway. I mean, coming back to your point about the talent choices, I think I would almost always recommend the multi-shot Sacred Arrows. over and above the attack speed bonus from the leap. Because let's face it, if you're going to leap into battle, you probably want to have a lot more tanky items than just the Milky Spear. And I don't know if leaping into 5 heroes or into multiple heroes is really worth it just for 100 attack speed. Because multi-shot arrows, meanwhile, you know, if you manage to get like a 3 to 5 second stun on 2 or more heroes on the side of aggressive 5, you set yourself up for a great initiation, followed up with a disruptor, maybe the clockwork jumping in. I think that's the right talent choice coming up from around.
True, I agree. Usually I thought that, you know, she would really use the attack speed to her advantage since she's going for the split push strategy. However, the top lane, the bags is definitely melting down like, wow, okay, Venomancer just took it out like that, boom. And now they're gonna go for the mid lane. Will they defend for this though? Clockwork seems to be readying up, but he feels like he's gonna shy away from this one. They're actually letting them have it?
I really doubt they're going to let them have the middle barracks as well. I mean, the top lane is fine because it was just the range barracks anyway. But the middle lane, you definitely want to contest this. Mirana's back in 4 seconds. This is possibly what they're waiting for. While Madara has managed to split push and take down a tier 2 on the bottom lane, they do end up losing their tier 3 at mid. The problem is with every second you waste not fighting this, Venomancer lays down those plague wards, and those plague wards are really starting to rip a hole through the range barracks as well. He's even gone for the plague ward damage and HP upgrade cannon, so that's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, this is what's terrible about Venomancer. Going against Venomancer like that, especially now he has the Shivas. He's like a lot of slows. He's full of slows right now. He's got his Lincoln, he's got his Shivas, and now he might go for... Oh, would he go for Hex or what?
Lasso coming out here at the middle lane. You've also got Negi jumping in. The hook shot was whiffed entirely by the clockwork, and while they've moved in with the Moonlight Shadow, aggressive 5 is trying to run. Basol will not be as fortunate and will end up losing his life. He's down for 60 seconds. Guess what? Roshan could be coming back online any moment now. Right, it's a minute and a half to go.
Okay, so that was a bit of a messy situation though. Like, well, Rubik had to go down, but I guess they had to disengage. Did they not? Venomancer though, I was actually curious what was his 6th item, and he actually went for Manta. He's more scarier than I thought, and now with the talent tree at the highest, he took the plague ward damage and HP. This means that it's going to be really, really difficult to actually push out the Venomancer. There'll be a lot of flows, a lot of mayhem.
There's a couple of reasons why I can think of him getting this Manta style here. One is of course to help deal with the Omni Slash, just add on to the units to try to get the Omni Slash from connecting on you. And the other one is to have a body to throw at the buildings when your plague wards are taking down towers. So you spawn illusions,
right? A distraction.
And exactly. You make a distraction with your illusions and use that time to chop down a couple of plague wards. I'm guessing he's gonna get rid of the Midas now because he's level 35, and yeah, he's got a Skadi queued up as his next item of choice.
Oh, Skadi, more slows, more tankiness. Okay, this Venomancer is actually a Venocancer right now.
He really is, and unfortunately, I don't see.
With the gem being picked up, and now the
sorry. On the Akatsuki side.
Yeah, now they're all smoked up. I'm not sure what they're gonna do right now. I guess they want to see if they find a hero in the jungle, I guess. Nice Circle being into the frontliner here. He's gonna definitely see somebody. Doom, say hello. Oh no, he's gonna say bye. Well, hold on, Nice Circle will use his ulti though. Will he go for another pursuit on this one? No, I guess not. He's not gonna go for it. Gem is definitely proving to be very useful to get the D-wards out of here and there. With the top vision at their advantage, they're still smoked up the A5. However, it's going to be dispelled at this point.
What are they doing? They dropped like 8 wards on this clip. 3 wards rather.
Whoa, misclicks.
Alright, here we go. Bodies being thrown with the Venomancer illusions. You've got plague wards being dropped with every fast second. Arrows will fly, none will connect. Doom jumps in, they get the Doom onto the Venomancer, so he's been shut on for a while now. You've got BKB spot as well. Akatsuki, they're gonna end up losing the Doom first, and then it's a turnaround with Negi going in, bringing down Y on the Mirana, who's gonna buy back immediately. But the damage has once again been done as they end up taking down the melee barracks on the middle lane. Akatsuki not getting a single kill in exchange.
Akatsuki actually shouldn't have, went with that kind of strategy before that. It's gonna go for creating more lane. They're just gonna create more pressure around all the lanes here, so that they just put it to full advantage. Now both the top and the middle racks are down. They're really looking forward to go for Mega at the bot lane. However, Mullah Shadow has been used here. I think they suspect that the A5 are actually scouring in their jungle, but I guess they're not really going to go for this one. This is a bit of a waste of a Moonlight Shadow. They could have used this for their own safety. Paddling, he will have to actually... He has actually...
Akatsuki had to know that Aggressive 5 knew what they were doing. They dodged the smoke gank and now they're going to pop one of their own to see if anyone got left behind in the jungle while the rest of their teammates went to the top side of the map. All the while you have Venomancer applying pressure towards the bottom lane. If A5 finds a pick off before they start this push, it's game over right there. Arrows will fly, but they will not connect this time around. A5 are going to dodge all of them. The nighttime still active courtesy of the darkness. This is a good opportunity for the Batrider to initiate. But as I say that, Daybreak does kick in anyway. Wow, August, he just disappeared in the middle lane. Courtesy Neki, meanwhile the fight's broken out behind. The axe are going to leave off, but Venomancer with losing his life with Jane. Elsewhere, you've got Mirana getting forced and leaping further into enemy territory, but a doomed Venomancer just waits and brings her down while Neki brings down the clockwork, forcing out the GG well played from Akatsuki, bringing this game to an emphatic closure. An Aggressive 5 taking the win.
Well, the Mirana though, she kind of made a mistake leaping into the battle like that though. But she had a bit of a leverage at high ground, but kind of a faulty play coming from Akatsuki. But A5 really did show a lot of aggression there, hence the name. But a really good plays coming up from them and taking the 30k gold lead towards them. That's huge. Really huge.
I mean, this was a comfortable victory for A5. Sure, they looked like they were struggling a little bit every now and then, but in the overall scheme of things, it just seemed like a minor speed bump when you've got a 30,000 net worth lead going in your favor. Huge props to Aggressive 5. That's going to bring today's broadcast for the ESL India Premiership Dota 2 match to a close. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm CloudX. With me was Sammy. And do tune in tomorrow for some more Indian Dota 2 action. We'll see you guys around.
Alright everybody, welcome back. Aggressive 5 securing that victory for themselves and also their scores for their first winter season game. Tomorrow we're going to come with you with more live games at the same time, 6:30 PM IST. We're going to have Clash Royale, Dota 2 and Counter-Strike. So don't go anywhere. Be right back tomorrow at 6:30 and I will see you all on the screens. I'm Angela, your host, and this event is brought to you by Omen by HP, Zai by BenQ, HyperX and organized by Nodwin Gaming. Keep gaming and good night.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
I'm mad, don't you?
falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. I'm ready to love. We're the champions.
Keep the ground up beneath